attention to our sidelines for our homecoming ceremony. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2021 Warren G. Harding Homecoming Ceremony. And now, let's meet our 2021 Homecoming Court. Starting with the freshman court. Andrea Cooper. Escorted by her stepfather, Wilburn Davenport III, is a member of cheerleading and track. Jacob Borsick. Escorted by his mother, Christine Currington Borsick, is a member of the cross-country team and choir. And now, our sophomore court. Mia Jones. Escorted by her mother, Michelle Posty, is a member of girls soccer and track and is in the marching band as a majorette. Nathan James. Escorted by his mother, Molly James, is a member of boys soccer, cross country, and track. And now, our junior court. Allison Sinsich. Escorted by her father, Bob Sinsich, is a member of swim team, magical choir, and Big Brother, Big Sister program. John Waldman. Escorted by his mother, Barb Waldman, is a member of the marching band. Fans, let's hear it for our freshman, sophomore, and junior courts. Ladies and gentlemen, now time for the 2021 Homecoming Senior Courts. Jade Allen. Escorted by her father, Rodney Allen, is a varsity cheerleader. She plans to attend Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia to major in nursing and receive her doctorates. Brooklyn Singles. Escorted by her father, Jeremiah Singles, is a member of girls tennis in WSCN. She plans to attend a college to major in pre-med and attend medical school. Azaria Williams. Escorted by her father, Dante Williams, is a member of the marching band flagline, choir, Renaissance program, and academic achievers. She plans to attend a college and major in business. Curtis Dorsey Jr. Escorted by his mother, Jennifer Kimbrough, is a member of the Raider football team. He plans to attend college and play football. Aiden Royer. Escorted by his mother, Janet Royer, is a member of boys soccer and robotics. He plans to attend a college and major in computer science with an emphasis on cybersecurity. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your 2021 Warren G. Harding Homecoming representatives. Before we announce our king and queen, tomorrow is the homecoming dance when Mollenkopf Stadium transforms into a night under the stars for Arabian Nights. The dance will be from 6 to 9 p.m. Tickets will not be sold at the gates. You must purchase them online, and your student ID will be your passcode for those who are eligible. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived. Let's hear it one more time for all of the homecoming courts. And it's time to announce the 2021 Warren G. Harding Homecoming King and Queen. To crown our homecoming king, please welcome Student Council Advisors Cheyenne Burns and Dawn Harper. And now, our 2021 Warren G. Harding Homecoming King is, drumroll please, Curtis Dorsey Jr. Mollenkopf, let's hear it for Curtis. And now, to crown our homecoming queen, please help welcome back the 2020 Warren G. Harding Homecoming Queen, Yasmin Angel. And now, our 2021 Warren G. Harding Homecoming Queen is, drumroll please, Congratulations to Curtis and Jay. And thank you to everyone here at our Warren G. Harding High School homecoming representatives. Let's hear it, Mollenkopf.
the gold and white. Pre-game wouldn't be the same without the official song of the state of Ohio. Here is Hang On Sloopy. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Stadium homecoming as your Harding Raiders play host to the Boardman Spartans. Harding coming in at 2-4, coming off their second win of the season, a big win last week in Akron against St. Vincent St. Mary's. Boardman trying to get back in their winning ways after suffering their second loss of the season last week to Cleveland Benedictine. Good evening, everybody. Tom Bird, and along, as always, with Eddie Colbert. And Eddie, another big game tonight. This has been a fired-up rivalry the last couple of years, and if it could be said, Harding is 2-4. They are literally 2 or 3 plays away from being 5-1.
Yeah, this team easily one third quarter against Medina away from almost having a perfect season. You know, a lot of points put up by this offense. You saw that Ursuline game, the Massillon game. Unfortunately, they came up a little bit short there. But great offensive outputs, and they really haven't stopped since then. A lot of firepower on that offense. Everybody knows about Dallas Jett. Everybody knows about Tyreek Ivory and Dom Foster. Looking to see that running game pick up this week to get a little bit of balance there. They get that balance. They can control the line of scrimmage in the beginning of the game. You should see Harding be able to come out of here with a W.
Looks like Harding's going to be returning the opening kickoff, and Dom Foster and Tyreek Ivory are back deep. Either one of those are good for the distance from anywhere on the field.
Well, we saw that in the last couple games as well. First couple games, Harding has played some teams with some pretty good kickers. High school says when that ball goes to the end zone, you can't return it. They got a couple kickers where that ball didn't go to the end zone, and you saw what the abilities of persons like Tyreek Ivory and Dom Foster back there. Dangerous from anywhere on the field.
Boardman getting set to kick off and get this game underway. That's Cole Conkson on to do the kicking for the Spartans. And we're going for an onside kick right off the bat, and that is fielded cleanly by Harding. Little trickery right off the bat, but Harding covers it in excellent field position at their own 45 to open up the ball game.
Yeah, Boardman saw something on films there, trying to get a quick hitter against the Raiders there. A couple teams ago, we saw where those in-between kicks were finding space there, and Harding was the victim of a couple recovered onside kicks. Heads up there, be able to start Harding out with great field position here in the first quarter.
Harding being led onto the field by number 10, Dallas Jett, and Dallas Jett has been on fire these last 3 or 4 weeks. He is racking up yards and touchdowns at a record-setting pace.
Yeah, looking at some of those stats, I mean, these last couple games, he's really put up some numbers. Already has the Warren Harding record for most touchdowns in a game, thrown 6 and then total of 7 with his legs. He's able to not only run the ball, he's not only able to pass the ball, he's a weapon with his legs as well, but really has shown that ability to set back in the pocket, and he looks to pass first, utilizing those legs as his last result. Been a real weapon for the Raiders thus far.
Looks like a little equipment issue. Dom Foster checked out. Johnny Taylor checking in for him. Jet in the shotgun. And Jet's going to keep it, roll out to his left. He's looking long right off the bat. He's got Tyreek Ivory. Oh, in and out of the hands. He had Ivory at the 10-yard line.
Really like what they did there with Ivory. Had two people, got behind him, but like that play action, get Dallas Jet out there in the flats. Let him use that athletic ability. Probably had an opportunity to tuck the ball and run, but Tyreek Ivory wide open on that play, just a little underthrown, but that's a message play. That's to get those safeties back, to let them know that we're going to go deep. We'll stretch the field. That should be able to open up some of those intermediate passes later on in the game.
Back in the shotgun. This is a handoff up the middle. Looks like a gain of about 2. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 out about the 49-yard line.
Yeah, talk all the time about trying to control the line of scrimmage. Boardman's got a little bit of size up front there, kind of equal to the Raiders' front line there. It's going to be a tough battle up there. We know Boardman, as we talked before, Boardman's 2 losses came from 2 pretty good teams. Maslin and Benedictine. They said Benedictine, #1 team in the state here. So both sides, I think, are going to have a lot to prove in this game.
3rd and long for the Raiders, opening quarter. Quick pass out to the right sideline. That's Dom Foster. Foster trying to shake loose. He's brought down at the Boardman 49. It's going to bring up a 4th down and long. And Harding's going to go 3 and out on their first possession. They're going to have to punt from here. Jake Doherty in to do the punting.
Yeah, saw a lot of opportunity on that drive there. Unfortunately, couldn't capitalize. First play of the game could have been a big hitter. Dallas Jet with a big arm, just unfortunately underthrew that pass. Then on that 3rd and 8 there, finding Dom Foster over there in the flats all by himself. One of the #1 things you want to do is get your playmakers in space and let them go do what they do. Unfortunately, great tackle there by Boardman to hold him to that 3-yard gain. Going to bring up the 4th and 5 in a punting situation.
Number 7, Marcel Tomlin back to receive the kick. And it's a high, short kick that's going to come down and take a nice Harding bounce and roll inside the 10-yard line. So Harding is going to have Boardman pinned back deep in their own territory for Boardman's first offensive series.
Yeah, nice punt, nice roll. Why coaches always scream, you want to get under that ball, you want to make that catch. Probably got a good 20, 25 yards off the roll there. Harding defense going to start out in a good position here. Right outside, looks like around the 11-yard line, inside the 10-yard line at around the 6.5 yard line. This defense is looking to step it up. Offense has proven itself over these weeks, throwing up, almost 100 points in 2 weeks, but unfortunately the defense has given up equally as many points. Really looking for the defense to step up in this situation.
Boardman sets up in the shotgun, 2 backs back there. 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line. And there's a handoff off the left side, some hard-fought yards, takes it out to about the 8-yard line. Sorry, the 13-yard line. Bring up a 2nd down at about 4.
Yeah, once again, Boardman trying to establish that line of scrimmage as well. Straight dive up the middle there, just man-on-man, pushing each other around. Able to end up with a big 6-yard gain for the Boardman offense on 1st down.
Looks like number 4, Terrence Thomas, is the Boardman quarterback, calling the signals in there. He's going to keep this around the left end. He's going to get that out close to a 1st down.
Looks like he's going to be maybe a yard short there. Really like the defense there. Defensive end, outside linebackers. Defensive end's got quarterback responsibility. Outside linebacker takes that running back on those option plays. Really did a nice job of stretching them out. Looks like they are going to move they are going to give them the 1st down, but nevertheless, we haven't seen a lot of options run this year. But great job there by the defense to recognize it, keep their responsibilities, and hold it to a minimal gain.
Thomas with the 1st down for the Spartans, gets the ball out to the 17-yard line where it's 1st and 10. Opening minutes of this ball game, no score yet. Thomas with the handoff up the middle. Met hard at the line of scrimmage. That's number 6, Sean O'Horo with the carry. He's going to pick up, looks like, about 2. Bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, O'Horo with a tough run there. Looks like he was met right there. Was exactly what was supposed to happen. 28 comes up. Linebacker met him right there in the hole to hold him to a minimal gain.
28, Devontae McElroy coming up on that stop. Second down and 8 for the Spartans. That looks like Anthony Hightower splitting out wide to the left. And again, the gift to O'Horo, and he is met behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to lose a yard or two on that play. That's going to bring up 3rd and long from deep in Boardman territory.
Yeah, Jake Hudson sniffed that out there. Last game we were here, I believe, against Ursuline, we saw a lot of that RPO action. You saw when they ran that option, pretty sure they were going to go to those RPOs, and you're seeing it right off the bat here in the first possession by the Boardman Spartans.
2-yard loss in the play. Boardman sets up for a 3rd down and 10. They are at their own 17-yard line. So they're going to send 2 receivers out to the right. And Thomas is going to drop straight back, looking over the middle. Under a heavy rush. He hits number 3. Missed tackle on that one. That's going to be a 1st down and more for Boardman. He catches Cam Thompson out there. Nice catch and run for the young man. That brings up a 1st down. Looks like about the 37-yard line they get it out to.
Yeah, great job by the Boardman offensive line there, giving their quarterback Thomas a lot of time creating that pocket around him. Quarterback showed a lot of poise, staying in there, waiting for those receivers to find their way open. Last minute was able to hit number 3 there for a big gain and keep this drive going.
Boardman with that 2-back set. And this will be a give up the middle. That's number 6, O'Horo. Bulls ahead for about 8 or 9 yards. Nice 1st down play. Brings up a 2nd down and 2 for the Spartans. They're at their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, O'Horo, nice, another strong run by the Boardman running back there. Finding his way to that 2nd level of the defense. Able to rip off another 8 yards.
2nd down and 2 at the 46-yard line. Thomas is going to keep it himself up the middle, and he's going to get a 1st down into Harding territory up to about the 44-yard line.
You talk about the run-pass option there. Each time you've seen their quarterback, number 4, Thomas, you've seen him kind of ride that running back in there and let it go at the last second. This time he took it back, found that hole up the middle for another big gain for that Boardman offense.
Willie Torres, the other running back in there for Boardman right now. O'Horo sets up behind Thomas. 1st and 10, 44-yard line. And O'Horo gets to give up the middle. Moves a pile forward, still on his feet, still trying to churn those legs. Going to pick up about 3 down to the 40. Looks like maybe the 39-yard line. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6 for the Spartans.
Boardman staying pretty basic here, just feeling things out. You know, checking the running game, nothing real special. Some dives up the middle there, some of those RPOs, quarterback reading the line of scrimmage. Thus far has worked out pretty well. Looking for that defensive line, those linebackers to come up and make a stick here on 2nd and 6.
And Thomas again with the give to O'Horo, and this time O'Horo is met for a loss all the way back to the 42-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Spartans.
Yeah, Trayvon Allen there getting through. Wasn't sure, couldn't tell if that was a blitz or if he just came through reading the run, but we just talked about the idea that that defense needed a stick on that 2nd and 6, bring up this 3rd and long for the Spartan offense.
Both backs set back, flanking Thomas, the quarterback, on his 3rd down and 9 play. Thomas is going to drop straight back. He's looking over here, and that ball is thrown away. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 9, and an interesting call faced by Boardman very early that it looks like they're sending in the kicking unit.
Yeah, a little too early. Offenses are still feeling each other out. Boardman wants that opportunity to try to pin Harding back deep in their own territory. Here on, it's going to bring up a 4th and 9, and it looks like we've got Johnny Taylor back deep. Something new. We've usually seen either Don Foster or Tyreek Ivory back deep. Going to put Johnny Taylor back there on this punt return. Maybe save those 2 offensive weapons for the downs.
4th down and 9. Boardman punting. High end over end kick. Taylor's going to field that at the 5. Get it out to about the 10. Keeps it from going out of bounds. Could have been a really nice coffin corner kick there. Taylor scooped it up, got the ball out to about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit of no man's land there. Opportunity, that ball could have possibly kicked out of bounds, possibly could have made it to the end zone. You always talk, kind of put your heels on the 10-yard line. If it goes over your head or past, you just let it go. But, hey, take the opportunity to make a play. If it's a mistake, we want to see aggressive mistakes. And if that was a mistake, I can accept it because it was aggressive. He was trying to make a play, put his team in a better position. You get 11 guys out there doing that at the same time, you're going to win a ball game.
5:14 to play in this first quarter. No score yet. Both teams have had possession of the ball. Both possessions have resulted in a punt. Boardman was on the move for a little bit. Couple nice defensive plays at the line for Harding to stall that drive out. And now Harding takes over at their own 11-yard line.
Yeah, as we've got a second here in the break in the action, want to take a second to welcome back my longtime partner here, Tom Bird. Had a week off. I want to thank Brandon Moffitt for stepping in last minute. Came up here, did a great job, and just once again, great opportunity to be able to be here every week to provide these games. Brandon did a great job, but great to see my partner Tom Bird back here in the saddle.
I appreciate that. It's nice to be back. Always enjoy this, as I'm sure you do. Pleasure to be up here. And I want to echo that, too. I got a chance to listen to the game a little bit in the second half, that Ursuline game, and you guys sounded great. Brandon did a real nice job for stepping in here and doing this for the first time. Sounded really good. It was an exciting ball game. Good one to step in and call.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you talk about a game, especially just if you're a football person, the points back and forth, and the way Harding fought their way back into that game, it was heartbreaking at the end there, but to see the fight, to see the fact that these guys never gave up, just really great just a really great football game for someone who loves sports. Just an excellent game to be able to watch and privileged to be able to call.
Foster lines up wide to the right. That's Kanye Red in motion. Dallas Jet's going to keep the ball. Jet gets some real nice positive yardage out there to about the 17-yard line to bring up a second down and about 4 yards.
Yeah, you talk about Dallas Jet, first year here at Harding, came in as a junior. You could tell the first game of the year they were kind of going back and forth. I think they actually had Dom Foster starting at quarterback. They were kind of shuttling him in and out with Dallas Jet, but there was no question. It was roughly around that Massillon game where Dallas Jet took this team and made it his own and hasn't looked back since.
Second down and 4. That's a handoff to Delmar McMillian, and McMillian bulls ahead for the first down, gets it out to about the 23-yard line. That'll be a 1st and 10 Raiders.
Great run by McMillian there. Great blocking up front there to set that play up. We talk about the offensive firepower that comes from the quarterback and those dynamic wide receivers that he has outside. The way that this team takes it to that next level is by establishing that running game, being able to average 4.5, 5 yards a play. So those safeties and those linebackers have to respect the run as well as the pass.
And this is pure quarterback keeper around that left end. Jet gets it out to the 30-yard line, another 6-yard gain. That's going to bring up another second down and 4 for the Raiders.
Yeah, so far really like to see the balance that's coming out of the offense here, being able to try to establish that run here. Though I can't believe that Boardman hasn't thought about that first play, that deep shot that they had their cornerback and their safety looking at the back of Ivory's jersey. So watch how that affects those safeties and those linebackers on the defense.
Ivory down left, Foster at the top of your screen. That's another give to McMillian, and McMillian finds little room, stretches ahead, think he's going to get another first down out at the 35-yard line, and Harding moving the chains now.
Yeah, another nice run. Give some compliments to the linebacker over there. It looks like Stephen Conti with a great open field tackle on an elusive running back there. Still going to give Warren Harding the first down and keep this march going.
Harding started this drive back at their own 11-yard line. They're now out to the 35. Looking at another 1st down and 10. Tyreek Ivory coming down here to the nearest sideline. Dom Foster and Kanye Red are up on top. McMillian is behind Dallas Jet. And McMillian will get the call again, and he will bull ahead for maybe a yard. Bring up a 2nd down and 9 at about the 36-yard line for the Raiders.
You take a look at this Boardman defense. Looks like they're probably in a traditional 4-3, but with the threat on each side of Ivory and Foster, Boardman's not as apt to bring that second safety up there, almost in a monster back type situation to play that fourth linebacker. They know they've got to be able to cover over the top with those two dynamic receivers out there that are easily capable of popping the top off this defense.
That's Williams in motion. Jets going to keep it. Trying to get the screen out there to Maurice Williams, but Boardman was in on him very, very quickly there. Dallas Jet simply did not have time to set up and get that ball where he wanted it to go.
Yeah, you want to watch the defense here, see some of that aggressiveness. They've watched films. They know Warren likes to hit those side screens. They talk all the time about, when the defense wants to get aggressive with that pressure, let them use that pressure against them. They want to keep on blitzing, pop those middle screens, break off some big ones, and teach them to stay back. You can control the defense by some of the things we're doing on offense.
Brings up a 3rd down and 9. 4 receivers in a set. Dallas Jet dropping back, moving around in that pocket. He's getting long, looking for Don Foster. He's got Foster at the 36-yard line. First down, Harding.
Great patience by Dallas Jet in the backfield there. Using his feet to buy him some more time. They were in a zone defense there. Don Foster was able to outrun that zone. Once again, we talk about popping the top off the defense. You saw it right there as he got behind that safety. Dallas Jet able to use his feet to buy himself some more time for a big gain for the Harding offense.
Foster gets that reception down to the Boardman 23-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Harding. 2:20 to play in the first quarter. And again, McMillian dances around, trying to find an opening, gets ahead for a couple. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and, maybe 1 yard, 2nd down and 9 at the 22.
Yeah, McMillian did a great job making the first guy miss there. Get a little something out of nothing there.
2nd down and 9 at the 22-yard line. Dallas Jet reporting back in with the play. Clock is ticking, under 2 minutes to play in this first quarter, but Harding is now knocking at the door. Foster and Ivory are lining up down here to the left. That's Foster in motion. And Foster's going to get that jet sweeper on the right end. He's got a little room out there. Foster inside the 15. Foster inside the 10. Down inside the 5. It's 1st and goal, Harding.
Nice play there by Foster coming on that jet sweep to the right. Defensive end wasn't home, didn't set the edge, gave Foster the opportunity to hit that corner, and after he hits the corner, he knows how to do the rest. Great game, going to give Harding another 1st down and goal here inside the 10-yard line.
Going to spot that at the 6-yard line where it's 1st and goal, Harding.
Now this will be interesting. This is where having a quarterback, that's able to bide his time, find receivers, as well as use his feet. This comes in great here.
Jet's going to keep it on that right end. Oh. And he gets hit hard down there around the 2-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like he came down, hit the B button for the spin, and all of a sudden that linebacker was there to meet him, but tough kid gets up and asks for more.
And it's 2nd and goal. Harding at the Boardman 1-yard line. Tyreek Ivory checking in with the play call from the sidelines. We are under a minute to play in this first quarter, coming up on 30 seconds.
I go back. This is to me. There's only one play you call here. It's straight up the middle, dive. These are purpose plays. This is where you send a message. Your offensive line versus their defensive line.
Jet's going to try to keep it around the end. Actually, that's Dom Foster was in there with that snap. Gets it back almost to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, looks like that was Jet.
I guess it was Jet. I thought that was 11. It was Jet.
Tried to take that to the outside. It looks like that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter.
Dallas Jet trying to get it in. That's the end of the first quarter. No score at Malakoff Stadium. We're going to start the second quarter with Harding at the 2-yard line. A 3rd down and goal coming up in just a moment or two. Going to reset the ends of the field.
Well, first quarter, looks like the team's kind of feeling each other out. Going through those scripted plays that you have to start out the game. Harding looking pretty good, establishing that running game. We talked about the deep game. We saw Ivory get behind the defense, unfortunately not able to complete the play, but a couple series later, once again, you saw Dom Foster pop the top off of that defense for a big gain to get him down here. If Harding can continue to do what they're doing in this running game, we know that the passing game is there. If they can even out this offense with some balance of the running game, they're going to be a scary team going forward.
Once again, homecoming night here at Mollenkoff. If you tuned in early, you got to see the crowning of our homecoming king and queen. Students looking forward to a fun homecoming celebration tomorrow night right here in the stadium. That should be a nice experience for the students here at Harding.
You know, unfortunately, we are still in the midst of the pandemic, but I think anybody will tell you, you know, we've had to make some modifications to try to get back to some normalcy, but last year, you know, no homecomings, no proms,
right.
You know, nobody in the, you know, minimal to nobody in the stands. Just great to see us kind of returning to some normalcy and trying to do it in a responsible manner. But congratulations to everybody who was nominated on for homecoming king and homecoming court, and wish the students a great, happy, safe homecoming tomorrow, Saturday night here at the stadium.
Absolutely. 3rd down and goal at the 2. And Jet's going to keep this up the middle, and Dallas Jet takes it in for the Harding touchdown.
That is exactly how you do it. Straight up the middle, me versus you. No tricks, no sleight of hand. I'm coming right at you. You can't stop me. Purpose play that sets a tone for the rest of the game.
Jake Doherty, the sophomore kicker, on to attempt the extra point.
Jake Doherty, another one we talk about a lot, having another great year for the Harding Raiders, and reminding them that he's only a sophomore.
And that kick is up and into the Harding band shell, and Harding takes a 7-0 lead as we just get underway in the second quarter.
Well, Harding struck first. Nice drive there. Big pass got him down there. The runs just kept on sustaining the drives. Absolutely what we needed. You know, Boardman's got a little bit of size up front there. Didn't know if Harding was going to be able to meet that size, if they'd have to use some technique and speed to be able to match up with the size with Boardman there. But by the signs of the running game here, obviously that offensive line has, at least in the first quarter, has shown exactly what we've been looking for all year: the ability to control that line of scrimmage and to dictate the game. Given the coaches on the sideline the opportunities to run the ball or to pass the ball at their discretion.
Take a moment here as we wait for the kickoff. This is October 1st, so you see a lot of Harding players down there with splashes of pink on in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So a big shout out to all those folks out there who have battled and surviving breast cancer, and also some fond memories of those who unfortunately have passed on. So
yeah, it's nice to see, especially at a young age here, and especially, let's be honest, the male athletes, showing that they're concerned for breast cancer. Although males can get breast cancer, obviously it is more prevalent in women, and I say that as a son of a mother who has survived breast cancer.
And a shout out to my own sister Lori, who herself has survived a bout with breast cancer. She's doing fine. Jake Doherty on to kick.
Let's see.
It looks like number 3, Cam Thompson, is on his way back deep for the Spartans.
You're always interested in, that saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. We'll see if Jake's got any tricks up his sleeve on this kickoff.
Anthony Hightower and Cam Thompson are the deep men for the Boardman Spartans. This kick is going to be fielded by Cam Thompson at about the 11-yard line. Brings it back towards the middle. Tyreek Ivory misses right off the bat. Thompson to the sideline. Gets forced out of bounds at about the 24-yard line, where Boardman will take over 1st and 10. Spotted at the 25.
And his defense is going to take the field. former players, you know that it's not lost on the defense. You know, they want to step it up this game. They know the offense has been coming through, putting the points on the board. Defense really wants to step up. Always been a backbone. Even when they had the offensive firepower, people like Lynn Bowden, that defense was always still a big part of this team. And so you know that it's weighing on the defense. Want to step up here. Big game tonight. Want to step up with a big performance.
Thomas takes the snap, and it's another handoff up the middle. It looks like Sean O'Horo once again. O'Horo's going to get ahead for about 5 on that play out to the 30-yard line. Make it 6 out to the 36. Brings up a 2nd down and 4 for the Spartans.
Yeah, another hard run by O'Hora there. Just really like to see the yards after contact there. Not letting that first tackler bring him down. Probably most of his yards came after first contact.
2nd down and 4. Boardman at their own 31-yard line. They've got 3 receivers up on the top of the formation. And again, the give is to O'Horo, and O'Horo moves that line forward. Looks like it's going to be a Boardman first down out to about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, real tough runner there. I mean, you see how he just tucks that ball and kind of lowers that, gets that pad level low. Always falling forward for those extra couple yards.
O'Horo checking in at 6 feet, 185 pounds. So that is not a small running back there, and he is running hard so far. This time Thomas is going to keep it. Gets around the end. There's a flag on the play. Might be a face mask on that one. Could have got the hands up a little bit high trying to make that tackle.
Yeah, he threw it right in that. Usually maybe I'd want to call a hold on the end there, but where he threw it right at the play. Could have been a face mask.
And that is the call. It's going to be a face mask going against Harding.
That first penalty of the game, big one, 15-yarder, going to go against the Raiders. Going to put them right over the 50-yard line into Raider territory.
That's going to result in another Boardman first down. Going to move the ball right to the 50-yard line. It's going to be Boardman first down and 10 at the 50. Coming up on 10:45 in the second quarter. It's a 7-0 Harding lead. And Boardman trying to climb back into this one. We've seen nothing but runs on this drive. Cam Thompson lines up down here on the near sideline. That's Hightower in motion. And there's the give once again, O'Horo, and O'Horo again running hard, picks up about 5, down to the Harding 45-yard line, 2nd down and 5.
And another strong run by O'Horo there. You see the offensive line really opening up those holes, allowing the running back to get some speed and that strength going to the second level, really delivering some big blows to those linebackers at the second level after 4 or 5 yard gains.
Second down and 5 at the Raider 45-yard line. That's Hightower again in motion. And this time it's going to be pitch out to Hightower. Hightower gets out around the end. He's close to another first down. I think he's going to be about a yard short over there on the far sideline. Actually, they're going to spot that very close. They're either going to give that to him or measure this one. They got him out right at the marker.
Yep, looks like they're going to move the sticks there. Great pursuit. You see the wide receiver out there through the key block to be able to get him around the corner. Great pursuit by the defense to hold that for a 5-yard gain and nothing more.
That's going to be first down and 10 Boardman at the Harding 40-yard line, coming up on 9 minutes, just under 9.5 minutes to go in this second quarter. And again, they hand off to O'Horo, and this time he's dragged down behind the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. Brings up a 2nd down and 10.
The defensive line able to get some pressure there, push those linemen back into the backfield, able to get O'Horo before he could get a head of steam going there. A little easier to take him down before he gets to the second level.
And so far, we're kind of looking at a bend but don't break Harding defense, so hopefully that continues. They can get themselves a stop here before too much longer.
Well, you can see what they're setting up as they put this guy in motion. He kind of curls back to that eye back position, and then you saw him run that option out of it.
And this time Thomas is going to keep it. There's a flag over there on the far sideline right away.
That looks like that's probably going to be a hold on the far side.
Looks like a sideline warning they're going to give to Boardman there.
Back him up. Back him up. Where's the get back coach? Usually the strength coach. Where's your get back coach?
That's about a 4-yard gain for Thomas. Brings up a 3rd down and 6 at the Harding 36-yard line. Boardman relying solely on the ground game at this point. They've got 3 receivers down here to the left. That's Hightower in motion, a little slippage. And again, the give to O'Horo. O'Horo cuts it back, gets it down close to a 1st down. That's going to bring up a 4th and 1.
You know, Boardman came in here, all the hype about the offense. You know, one of the best defenses that Boardman can put out there is their offense. If you're going to average 4 yards a carry, you might as well continue to run that ball. Keep that dynamic offense off the field. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2, but as they're averaging about 4.5 yards a play, I think this is a no-brainer. You're in that situation there where you need to go for it. Look for this Harding defense to send a little pressure. Don't want to give that quarterback any time, but watch O'Hara. He's been a strong runner this whole series.
4th and 2, and Boardman's going to call a timeout and talk about this one just a little bit longer.
Yeah, this is a big play early in the game here, first half, 7 minutes left, 4th and 2. You know, you're in that, like we talked about, that no man's land, obviously out of the range. For most high school kickers, don't want to take the chance of punting it, end up going to the end zone, you end up with an 11-yard punt. The way your running game's been working all game, it only makes sense for you to come out here and at least give it a try. Don't look for, you got to be disciplined up there. If you're Harding, don't want to give up an easy 5, you know, on a hard count. But them going to the timeout here tells me that they're actually looking to run a play and not just to come out here and try to get them on a hard count. So maybe something on 2 or 3. Stay poised, keep your composure, but look for O'Hara here. He's been a workhorse this whole entire series, averaging big 4.5 yards a play. I would be keying him, but also watching some of those running backs and tight ends. Watch how they could release out of the backfield. Everybody's going to be watching O'Hara. Don't let somebody slip behind the defense. Hit a quick little pop pass for 6.
$7:24 to play in the half. Currently, Harding on top 7-0 on a Dallas Jet keeper from about the 2-yard line. That series set up by the big pass play from Jet to Foster. Boardman on a timeout discussing this upcoming 4th and 2 play where we are pretty certain they're going to come out here and try to go for this and hang on to this football just a little bit longer on this offensive series.
Yeah, and a real pivotal play here. You know, 4th and 2. Harding just went down, did what they needed to do, put 7 on the board. Boardman trying to quickly come back and answer this. Defense is looking to step up right here, get off the field and get that offense back on the field, keep that momentum going in the Raiders' direction.
Okay, the offense back out on the field. Terrence Thomas setting up. He's got Sean O'Hara to his immediate right. And the give is to O'Hara. O'Hara stacked up at the line of scrimmage. I don't think he's going to make that one.
He needed the 30.
They're
needed
giving
the
him
30 and he's
31.
short.
And the Harding defense holds on 4th and 2. Raider football.
Everything coming together here in the first half for the Harding Raiders. We talked about establishing that run game. They've shown that. We talked about the defense needing to step up, proving themselves today. Big 4th and 2 here in the first half. Get the Boardman offense off the field. Get that Harding offense on the field with the momentum. Get down here and get another 7.
7:17 to play in the first half. Big defensive stand for the Harding Raiders as the offense takes the field.
Wouldn't be surprised if they try to take advantage. Coming right out here on 1st down, maybe taking a shot.
And it looks like we're getting our first look at Bryson Powell back in at running back. We saw Delmar McMillian the whole first quarter. And Bryson Powell's going to get the call. Powell breaks through the line of scrimmage. Powell to the 45, all the way out to the 46-yard line. And he was hit hard, and he's not getting up quickly after that one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's going to be his knee.
First down, Raiders. Injury timeout on the field.
Bryson Powell checks into the game. Big run, and he is just upended at the 45-yard line, and he still remains on the field. So hopefully that's just maybe just a Charlie horse or something, but that did not look good.
Now, you really hate to see that. You know, you're taught as a defender, you're taught to hit them low. And, you know, as a running back coming out of the backfield, or a receiver, anybody with the ball, that's why it's equally important for you to get low. Can't give up your knees. And he was trying to make a move there, using his speed, using his athleticism. Unfortunately, got caught in the middle of that, and that safety was able to come up, do his job, hit him low. And unfortunately, he looks like he took a shot to the knee. Let's hope it's just a bruise and nothing internally.
So we have an injury timeout. When we come back off that, Raiders are going to have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Again, a nice breakaway run by Bryson Powell. Trying to get him up. He is on his feet. Looks like that right knee. And he's going to be helped off the field, and that's not a good sight.
Yeah, he's not wanting to put any weight on that at all. We'll see what happens. We'll be watching for him later here once he gets to the sideline as well. You know, hopefully a lot of times you take that hit to the knee, and it just scares you.
Yeah.
You know, you instantly react, and you know, you get a little while over there, be able to walk it off. But that was a pretty big hit that he took in the open field, right on that right knee.
That's going to bring Delmar McMillian back in at running back. 1st and 10, Harding at the 46-yard line, coming up on 7 minutes to go in the half. And we've got an end around play to Tyreek Ivory. Ivory trying to break it out, and Boardman was all over that. That's going to result in a 6-yard loss, but that looks like a defensive penalty coming up on Boardman.
Yeah, horse collar. Had Tyreek Ivory out there one-on-one. Had to do whatever he could to take him down, and it looks like they're going to call a horse collar on that.
Looks like it's going against Harding.
Are they going to call a hold?
I'm not sure who was holding. I saw one Harding runner and 4 or 5 defensive ball players. I wonder who was holding on that play. They're going to call a hold on Harding and push this back even further.
What? No, they called a personal foul.
I wonder if Tyreek got his hand out and got a handful of face masks trying to stiff arm.
He might have got the face mask there. Devastating play on 1st down. Going to bring up probably, what, a 1st and 25 now?
Okay, so 1st and 30 as Harding gets pushed back to the 25-yard line. Dallas Jet's going to keep it. Jet through the line of scrimmage. Jet still fighting for yards all the way out to the 39-yard line, so he gets a big chunk of it back.
Yeah, no problem for this offense. I mean, we've shown the ability to be able to score from anywhere on the field. So it's just taking your time. You're going to have 3 downs, possibly 4 downs to get this. Nice little gain there to bring it down to a 2nd and 17. Here you're looking to get 8-9 yards. Make this a 3rd and manageable. You can get this ball up around the 50-yard line, 45-yard line. Makes the coaches have to make a decision on going for it.
Jet with 13 yards on that carry brings up a 2nd down and 17, gets it out to the 39-yard line. We got Tyreek Ivory down here on the near sideline. And Jet's looking to pass. He's looking for Ivory. He's throwing long for Ivory. And just outside the arms of Tyreek Ivory on that play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 17.
Ivory showed his speed right there. It looked like he slowed up probably around the 35-yard line. Once that ball went up, he kicked it into gear, was able to fly right past the corner. Unfortunately, just a little bit outside the reach of 24 on that play.
That's going to bring up 3rd and very long, but again, this is a high-powered Raider offense right now. Johnny Taylor going up on top.
You're going to see these 2 deep safeties. Watch as they go back. In that cover 2, you're going to see something in between the linebackers and those safeties wide
Jets
open.
dropping back. He's got Dom Foster in the middle of the field.
Yep.
In and out of the hands of Dom Foster. He was wide open and just could not haul that one in.
That's how you beat that two deep safety defense. there's going to be some room right in the middle there between the linebackers and the safeties that are diving back. He identified him when he was in that space there, still able to lead him in between those two safeties. Unfortunately, very uncharacteristic of Don Foster not being able to come up with that play on third down.
Jake Doherty in to do the punting. Cam Thompson setting up deep for the Spartans. He's setting up around his 30-yard line. And a high, short kick. And again, a Harding bounce. It's going to go down to about the 26-yard line, where Marjorie Williams is going to down it for that punting unit. And it'll be first down and 10 Boardman at their own 26-yard line. So again, team, well, not trading punts. Boardman didn't make it on the 4th and 2. Harding forced a punt on their possession, and once again, it is Boardman football.
Well, last possession, Harding defense stepped up big on that 4th and 2, able to stuff them, put it back in the hands of the offense. Unfortunately, it looks like we assume that was a face mask penalty that they called on the side there. Really hurt that drive, put them at that 1st and 30. But even with that, still opportunities. We've seen the opportunities there all night. It's just capitalizing on them and putting a few more points on the board.
And for Harding, the long pass has been there. There's 3 of them that Boardman has dodged a bullet on.
Yeah, the wide receivers are proven. I'm not sure that they've played a team all year, including Maslin, that was able to stick with these wide receivers. Offensive line is able to give the quarterback time for them to get downfield, and when they've gotten that pressure on Dallas Jett, he's been able to use his legs and buy himself some time for those receivers to be able to get into their breaks to really get out on these corners and safeties. Great opportunities here, like what we see here in the first half. It's just continuing it, but now the defense is out there looking for another stop. 5:34, I believe Harding started out with the ball. We know Boardman's going to get it at halftime, so you want to kind of add on to this, not to give Boardman an opportunity to try to get back into it.
At the very least, that defense is going to need a stop right here, not give up a score and have Boardman get the ball to start the second half.
No, absolutely. I mean, this is the you go back to old school Madden player. Always kick the ball off. Always defer to the second half. Give yourself the ability to either, one, put the game away with that first possession, or possibly score before the second half and score in the third quarter to put yourself back in the game.
And that's the end around to Hightower. And this time Harding gets it sniffed out. That looked like Tyson Kincaid over there dragging him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Tyson Kincaid's been a stalwart on this defense all year. Tried to run their own end-around jet sweep there to the right-hand side. Tyson Kincaid wasn't having any of it.
That's going to result in a loss of 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 12, Boardman. Ball back to their 24-yard line. And this time Thomas steps back to pass.
That's a backwards pass. That's a backwards pass. That's ours.
And that is going to be Harding football. That was picked up by number 3, Tajon Wallace. Boardman trying for the screen. The ball went backwards. That was a live ball. Harding picks it up. It is first down Harding inside the Boardman 20 with 4:40 to play in the half.
Great reaction by the defense there. You saw 28, Devontae McElroy coming off the right-hand side there. He had a choice to go after the quarterback or go out there to that receiver. He chose to go to the quarterback. Quarterback tried to get that ball off at the last second. Could see it from up here. It was a backwards pass. 3, Wallace was all over it. Big turnover in the second quarter here for the Spartans. Let's see if Harding can capitalize on it.
It is 1st and 10 Harding at the Boardman 19-yard line. First big turnover of the game, and it goes Harding's way. And Harding with their own screen just over the hands of number 9, Kanye Red out there trying to get the quick out and see if they can get something quickly here. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Kanye Red, another part of this dynamic offense that doesn't get as much talk as the other two, 24 and 11. But against Massillon, he played a big part in that comeback there. Always somebody, look, they got the 2 deep safeties for a reason. They're looking at the outside guys. That should free up the middle, free up those seams for some of those underneath routes, because you can't double everybody out there. You only got so many people. Kanye Red could have a great game here.
That's Taylor, Foster, and Red all lining up to the left. Tyreek Ivory down here to the right. And Jet again looking out to the left. He's got Red this time, but no gain on that play. Maybe a loss of about a yard. Takes it back to the 20. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Raiders.
A little too long for that play to develop there. Gave the defense a time to react. If you watch the replay here, you're going to see Boardman in a zone defense there. We talked about these weeks, the receivers got to find the soft spot in that zone, and they got to sit down. But it's not just about the receivers. The quarterback's got to recognize the defense as well and realize that the receivers cannot continue to run their routes. They can't run to the next defender. They got to sit down and make those defenders make a decision to open someone up. That play there, a little bit too much time for the defense to react to the screen pass.
This time it's a handoff to McMillian. McMillian pounds it ahead to about the 16-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down and about 6 for the Raiders.
This is Jake Doherty territory. We talked about the 3 phases of football: offense, defense, and special teams. This is where it comes in handy to have a young man on your team that you trust to be able to try to put 3 up on the board for you.
Doherty is going to set up for what looks to be a 33-yard field goal attempt for the Raiders. And that kick is blocked and into the end zone and out of the end zone. And it's going to be Boardman ball. Looked like it came a little bit low off the foot there.
Raiders have struggled. Specifically, we go back to that Massillon game. The Raiders have struggled with giving Jake some protection back there. Comes back to bite him here in the 3rd quarter, 3 minutes left. Excellent opportunity. Unfortunately, the Raiders couldn't capitalize on it.
And Boardman with plenty of time, 3 minutes and 2 timeouts remaining in the half, 3:10 to play. They are going to take over at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. And once again, it's going to follow this Harding defense to make sure Boardman doesn't go in with another score here in the half.
Well, you look, they got, Devin Boss, Dom Foster, and can't catch the other number out there. Looks like they're going to go with a single safety with Dom Foster. Don't let them lull you to sleep with O'Hore. Got to watch the pass game.
And O'Hora gets the call, but he only picks up about 1 out to the 21-yard line. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, this clock starts to tick down. Looks like Boardman does have 2 timeouts. Raiders have all 3 left. You know, the success that Boardman has seen on running the ball kind of starts to lull those safeties and those corners to sleep. This is one of the parts of the game where you got to watch the deep pass. Everybody's got to stay awake, stay disciplined, and keep your responsibilities.
2nd down and 9. And again, the handoff to O'Horo. O'Horo breaks through for a few, still on his feet, gets out. He's going to get a Boardman 1st down off that play, out to about the 31-yard line.
Yeah, just turning his legs. You saw the first man come up. He made contact with, didn't wrap. He was able to run right through it. Hit about 3-4 yards after the first contact.
Boardman with 3 receivers up on top. Single man, number 12, Andre Freeman, down here on the near sideline. That's Hightower in motion once again. And this time Thomas is going to keep it. And he breaks past the line of scrimmage. He's hit hard, but after a gain of about 6 on that play, maybe 7 out to the 37-yard line. 6-yard gain, make it 2nd down and 4.
Trust your teammates, keep your responsibility. As this clock starts to wind down, look for a play action out of Boardman.
Clock ticking away, 1:40 to play in the first half. Boardman trying to tie this game up before they go into the locker room at halftime.
2 deep safeties, watch the middle, coming with a blitz.
Thomas is going to come out to his left. Gets the pass off, but it's out of bounds. He had a lot of pressure coming from Josiah Todd, number 7 on that play.
Brought blitzers from 2 different positions. Todd coming from the middle. They had somebody up on the high side to the quarterback's blind side coming. He was able to get that away quick enough, but just kind of a throwaway pass there to avoid the sack.
Incomplete pass makes it 3rd down and 4. There is 1:25 to go in this first half, and another big 3rd down play for both squads right now.
Harding can get a stop here. I would assume this is obvious punt territory for Boardman. Harding be able to get the ball back with about a minute left, 3 timeouts. Definitely enough time for this offense to do something. Here comes a blitz.
Thomas drops back.
It was picked up and incomplete.
And another incomplete pass, and that also stops the clock, so Harding doesn't have to burn a timeout to keep time on there.
Yeah, Boardman obviously wanted to try to keep everything moving there. Questionable if maybe you would have wanted to run something a little safer, get a couple yards, stay in bounds, and at least make Harding burn one of those timeouts. They went for the first down. They were a little aggressive there. Didn't work out for them. Harding's going to be able to get the ball back here with probably about 1:10 left and 3 timeouts, and should be pretty decent field position.
Johnny Taylor back deep to receive the punt. He's going to field that one. He's going to get hit right away. That ball is bobbled out there. That's got to come back. That's a muff punt.
No, I think that's just where they mark the fumble at.
At any rate, that's going to be Boardman football.
Unfortunately, exactly what they didn't need right there. Johnny Taylor, we talked about this being his first game back deep to receive the punts and kicks, assuming they're trying to give Foster and Ivory a little bit of a break there. But I think you are right. It looks like you cannot advance a muff in high school. Big break for Harding there.
That's going to be Boardman football at the Harding 30 with 1:09 to play. Boardman has 2 timeouts on their side. And let's not forget, Boardman will get the ball to start this second half. So again, it falls on the Harding defense to keep them off the board before halftime with a short field.
Well, yeah, we saw 2 turnovers here. Harding unable to capitalize on the Boardman turnover deep in Boardman territory. Now you're going to have Boardman with the ball at the Raider 30 here, 1:09 left, and 2 timeouts. Definitely enough time. Defense has got to saddle up again.
3 receivers down here to the left. And Harding's going to use a timeout to talk about their defensive scheme right here.
Timeout on the field. That's Harding's first timeout of the first half.
Talk about the aggressiveness, the abilities that this team has on special teams, getting some of these playmakers the ball in open field, giving them an opportunity to make a play. Something like that right there, you got to get that hand up, fair catch, and get that offense on the field. Unfortunately for the young man, just an aggressive play, trying to do something for his team, but that's one of those ones, get the hand up in the air, fair catch. Let's get this offense on the field with what would have been 1:09, 1:12 left in the game, 3 in the first half with those 3 timeouts. Now asking for the defense to step up once again and at least try to hold Boardman to a field goal attempt.
Andujar and Freeman lining up down here on the near side. And that's Hightower once again in motion. Thomas is going to step back to pass. He's under a lot of pressure. And Thomas is going to go down at the 35-yard line. Sack for the Harding defense.
Talk about Kincaid Tyson, a stalwart of this defense. They've given up some points, but he's been there the whole time, applying pressure, making big plays when they needed it. Another one right there.
2nd down and 16 for Boardman. Ball pushed back to the Harding 36-yard line. And again, Thomas looking to pass. This time he gets the pass off. It's caught at the 26. He catches Hightower right there, who catches it on his knees, and a timeout Boardman. 32 seconds to play. Bring up about a 3rd down and 7 for the Spartans with 32 seconds to play here in this first half. Call it 3rd and 6.
Yeah, big play there. Harding set a blitz up the middle. You can see it got picked up. That left them in a danger zone back there on the defense. In a zone, their receiver sat down in the middle of it. Quarterback put it right on him. Unfortunately, a little low. He wasn't able to make a play, but able to give Boardman a more manageable 3rd and 6.
32 seconds to play here in the first half. Harding clinging to a 7-0 lead right now, but Boardman is threatening after coming up with the football off that muffed punt. 3rd and 6 after this Boardman timeout. They're down to 1 left in the half. That's their second timeout of the half.
You know, obviously Harding would like to have put a couple more points on the board. Really got to work on those special teams. This is multiple times that looks like Doherty's gotten that kick either blocked or tipped. Disappointing not to be able to put at least 3 after that turnover. But at the same time, big play here. You can make a stop here going into the half. Big momentum.
Thomas is going to roll out to his right. He gets rid of the football on the sideline, and that is ruled incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down and 6 for Boardman at the 26-yard line with 25 seconds left to play in this first half.
About a 43-yard field goal attempt if they were to try from here. Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, probably a little bit outside the range of what they're comfortable with their kick. Well, let's see. Looks like they're lining it up.
They're going to line up for a field goal. That's going to be, as you said, about a 42-yard field goal.
These two safeties got to watch it. They got to be careful.
And Boardman's going to use their last timeout to talk this over. They brought Cole Conkson on for the field goal attempt, but Boardman's going to talk it over with 4th and 6 and 25 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, coming out of this is a big play. You've already seen Boardman started the game off with that onside kick attempt that was unsuccessful. You're at 43 yards. This is a pretty decent kick for a high school kid. I would, if I'm the safeties, if I'm the coaches, I'm talking to my 2 deep safeties right now. Keep your assignments. Know who you have out of the backfield. Watch them out of the backfield. Don't be surprised that this isn't a fake and they try to catch you sleeping and hit something downfield for a quick touchdown before half.
And this Boardman Harding series is no stranger to the unusual.
Yes. Oh, yes. I think it's something with the kicking game.
Yes.
Well, we learned something new twice. We learned you couldn't. This game, we learned you can't advance a punt. That game, we learned that field goals are live balls.
If it doesn't cross the line of scrimmage, you can pick it up and go. Conkson on. 42-yard field goal attempt. That kick is up.
It's good.
And Conkson connects from 42 yards. It is a 7-3 Harding lead. 20 seconds to play in the half. And again, Boardman will get the football to start the third quarter.
Give Coxon. I think he's a senior. Well, it doesn't say here.
You don't have the classes on there.
Yep, got him listed 5'11", 160. 42, 43-yarder in high school. That's a pretty decent kick, and he probably had a good 5 yards to spare. Well, this is the season for the long kicks. We just saw the NFL record get set over there in Detroit. They were on the wrong end of that Baltimore game, unfortunately.
It was on a 66-yard field goal.
66-yarder, hit the upright and bounced in. Just a heartbreaker for Detroit, and for us Browns fans, it was a heartbreaker as well.
Well, 20 seconds to play in the half. Boardman's going to kick off. Their only other kickoff to open the game. They attempted an onside kick. So we'll see if they test these deep men. We got Dom Foster and Tyreek Ivory back again, and these are players we have seen time and again can score anytime they get their hands on the ball.
We haven't seen. Well, we just saw on the extra point there. On the field goal that. Coxon's got a leg. We'll see if he's got a leg to get at the end zone, or if he's going to have to take a chance and put the ball into the hands of Dom Foster or Tyreek Ivory.
We'll see if they maybe just squib it and force somebody to down it back here. Ivory and Foster lining up around the 15, and that's exactly what they do. That ball is picked up by Ivory inside the 15-yard line. Ivory looking for some room around this sideline. And Ivory gets it out past the 35-yard line. Nice return. 13 seconds left to play. And Harding, again, with this firepower, this is very doable for that Harding offense if Coach Arnold decides to try to apply some pressure here late in the first half.
Absolutely. You've got to be smart about it. I think if this were a couple weeks ago, Dallas Jet, not really feeling out the offense yet, I think this would be a kneel down. But with 13 seconds and 2 minutes left, with the type of guys they have here and the confidence that he has in his quarterback here in week 6, I think that you're going to see an aggressive play call here.
Foster up on top, Ivory down here. And Jet's going to keep it around the end and try to find something. Gets out past the 40. Jet's still on his feet. Jet past the 50. And out of bounds. He's going to stop the clock with 5 seconds left to play. It's a Harding first down at about the Boardman 49-yard line.
Yeah, nice scramble there by Dallas Jet. Way to use his legs to get upfield and then use his head to get out of bounds.
And now you've definitely got something that Harding could work with. Looking for a last Hail Mary type play here possibly.
Well, Dallas Jet has shown the arm. I believe he's got the ability to get it down there. One of the other things you look at here, one of the bread and butter plays for this Harding offense has been those screens. You watch that running back set up next to the quarterback, hit somebody out there probably to the far side there on that screen, and possibly a hook and ladder to one of the speedsters, get them on the outside, see if they can get upfield.
And Harding's got a handful of players over there. They get the ball in the open field, and anything at all can happen at that point. We're going to have first down and 10 at the Boardman 49-yard line. 5 seconds to play in the half. It's a 7-3 Harding lead. Harding looking for one last shot here in the first half to try to put some points on the board, knowing that Boardman's going to receive the kickoff to open this second half. They're going to put 3 men on the line of scrimmage. They've got everybody back deep. And Jet drops back. He is under big pressure, trying to get away from it. Lets it loose. That's going to go out of bounds and end the first half. And Harding takes a 7-3 lead into the locker rooms at halftime. Boardman will get the ball to start the second half. Get ready for our halftime show. We're going to see the Boardman band, and then we'll see the Harding band. So sit back, relax, enjoy the bands, and Eddie and I will see you in a very short while for the second half here at Mollenkopf.
traditional fanfare for the common man, followed by the theme song to the Avengers. Before we play our final selection tonight, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for your kind attention. We'd also like to thank the Harding Band Boosters for their hospitality. Fans of marching bands and especially percussion sections will enjoy the Boardman Drum Night coming up on Monday, October 4th at 7 p.m. in Spartan Stadium. Drum lines from Hubbard, Poland, Austintown, and Howland will perform. It's only $2 to get in, and senior citizens are free. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Spartan Silks and Sweethearts and vocalists Riley McCurdy and Caleb Austin are featured on a 1980s hit by Thomas Dolby. Here is She Blinded Me with Science.
Poetry in motion. She turned up in her eyes to me, as deep as any ocean, as sweet as any harmony. Now she blinded me with science. She blinded me with science. And fed me in biology. When I'm dancing close to her, science. I can smell her chemicals. Science. Poetry in motion. With science. And hit me with technology. I don't believe it. There she goes again. I can't find anything. All my careful notes. Keys and wires. Waiting. Poetry in motion. And when she turned her eyes to me, as deep as any ocean, as sweet as any harmony. But she blinded me with science. Blinded me with science. She blinded me with.
stadium, get on your feet and make some noise for your Ward G. Harding Raider Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we present the 2021 Raider Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Reed Young and Heather Cerny. Our major ed instructors are Marissa Wilkie and Gabby Jones. Flagline instructors Celeste Harris. Percussion instructors are Brian Yager. The band is led onto the field by field commanders Brandon Keene, Marina Ramsey, Olivia Dunn, and head drummer Carson Peterson. The Raider Band is proud to present our 2021 show titled We Like It, as we feature a variety of hit songs that we know you'll enjoy. Our opening song is widely popular with marching bands all across the country. We hope that you like our version of the Chicago hit 25 or 6 to 4.
I don't like it on here, but the fact that
Up next, our flag line is featured to our show's most recent hit by the duo Silk Sonic. Released in March of 2021 and performed by Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, this soul R&B mashup is quickly becoming one of our favorites. Here is Leave the Door Open.
blowing this basketball thing. They hit me every time I come in.
Is that tonight?
No, I don't even know what it is. Every game I come in, I buy another. And I said, well, you know.
The Raider Band is on the move with this Latin-inspired 2018 hit that Rolling Stone called the Song of the Summer. Featuring Cardi B, here is I Like It.
What's going on, good man? How does work meetings?
The Raider Band would like to thank all of you for being a wonderful audience tonight. Now join us as we cheer on our Raider team.
That's something to listen. We already know. Whatever we do, it doesn't matter.
There they go, ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 Reggie Harding Raider Marching Band!
For generations, this field, this stadium, is where we witness kids start their path to pursue their dreams. 3 championship organizations have raised boys into men, gave them their start to build their talents, believe in their dreams, and reach their ultimate goal. In this city, this is not taught just on the football field, but expressed to every student that has ever walked through a Warren City school door. We are taught at a very young age to believe in our talents, believe in our dreams, set a goal, and to never give up.
This is our time, no turning back. We could live like the giants.
Here are over 40 men that believed in that Warren spirit and reached their ultimate goal of playing professional football. From the Warren G. Harding Panthers, Bill Collar, Joseph Carroll, David Arnold, Tyrone Hicks, Greg Zakharoff, Travis Davis, and NFL Hall of Famer Paul Warfield. From the Warren Western Reserve Raiders, Ross Browner, Jimmy Browner, Joey Browner, Keith Browner, Aaron Brown, Vanessa Brandon, Myron Elzey, Derek Kelson, Vanessa Decree, Elfie Birch, and Mark Brandon. From the Warren G. Harding Raiders, LaShawn Daniels Sr., Derek Tolles, Maurice Claret, Carl Diggs, Prescott Burgess, David Herron, Vanessa Provett, Christopher Anzavino, Mario Manningham, Chris Rucker, Daniel Boone Herod, LaShawn Daniels Jr., James Daniels, Yoda Froholt, and recently added to the football legends of Warren, Ohio,
With the 80th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select
Lynn Bowden. Along the way, we have lost a few football legends of Warren, Ohio, but their legacy will live long here at Molotov Stadium. John Chukernita, Chuck Ripple, Jim Bratz, Lionel Thomas, Michael Graham, Teddy Roberts, Lionel Reed, David Rogers, and Corey Stringer.
He was one of those when they said, oh, they drafted this guy, we could have had this, and this. Wentz was one of the guys we could have had. I could get him drafted. But Wentz, I mean, no different than the guy who won the Super Bowl.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your 50-50 raffle tickets out. 50-50 paying out tonight $104 to the winning ticket. Winning ticket number is 142689. Once again, that winning 50-50 raffle ticket worth $104 is number 142689. Report to the gridiron booth underneath the home stands to claim your prize.
First team competition is non-existent, they speculating and hate. First team competition is non-existent, they speculate. First team competition.
Well, if you're out there checking out the broadcast on WSCN, welcome back for the second half. Again, homecoming night at Molotov Stadium. Harding Raiders on top of the Boardman Spartans, 7-3 in a low-scoring first half. And with the way these two teams have gone at it the last couple of years, this is not that surprising, Eddie.
Yeah, building up to be another one that comes down to the wire, as we've seen in these last few years. Harding able to do some things in this game that we haven't seen in some of the previous games. Defense has really been on point, holding this Spartan offense to only 3 points. Haven't seen a lot from the passing game. One deep pass that set up that touchdown to Dom Foster down the sideline. Missed a couple, one to Foster, one to Tyreek Ivory, I think two to Tyreek Ivory. Missed deep that they're used to connecting on. Only having this potent offense with 7 points is a surprise. The opportunities were there. We'll see if they can capitalize on them here in the second half.
Again, it's homecoming here at Harding High School this week. A little shout out to our king and queen, Curtis Dorsey and Jade Allen, homecoming king and queen. A couple nice young people who I've had the pleasure of having had in my classroom this year, so congrats to them. And wishing all of the Harding students a fun and safe time at tomorrow's homecoming dance. Jake Doherty set to put the ball in play as we get set to start the second half. Harding's points coming on a Dallas Jet 2-yard keeper. Boardman Conkson connecting on a 42-yard field goal late in the first half. And we are underway in the third quarter. This kick will be fielded over about the 12-yard line. That looks like Andre Hightower. Hightower out across the 20, reverses field. He's getting back to the 25 and brought down at about the 33-yard line.
It's like Kanye Red on the tackle there. The defense wants to start off right where they left off last in the first half there. Big stops, being able to hold this offense at just 3 points, and watching O'Hara all first half being able to just kind of lower that shoulder pads and get 4 or 5 yards of play. But the bend don't break defense that we've been seeing has been working. 3 points there, looking for another 3 and out and get this offense on the board and get some points.
Thomas in that shotgun. He's got 3 receivers up on top. And he will start the half by handing off to Sean O'Horo. And O'Horo pounds through, almost to a first down, close to 10 yards off. That looks like just, they're going to give him 9, make it 2nd down and 1. And the big back pounds it ahead for 9 to start the second half.
Yeah, we talk about those yards after first contact. O'Horo, we saw it all first half, not going down on first contact. Probably another good 5-6 yards after the first contact by the Raider defense.
2nd down and 1 for Boardman. Quick pass out to Hightower. Hightower's going to get the first down and a little bit more. He's going to be tripped up at about the 50-yard line where it will be 1st and 10, Boardman.
Yeah, ran that screen out there to the wide receiver. 2 great blocks on the corners and the safeties there. Was able to spring him there to get that first down for Boardman and move the chains.
1st and 10, Boardman at the 50-yard line. We are just underway in the 3rd quarter. Hightower in motion. Thomas is going to keep this, try to get around that left end, and he does get around there for 5 or 6. Loses the ball, but out of bounds. Looks like they're going to give him about 8 yards over there, actually close to a first down.
Yeah, nice scramble. Looks like that play might have been intended to come here to the near side. He reversed field, nobody home, didn't set the edge on the right-hand side there, able to turn that corner, get upfield for the first down.
Haven't moved the chains yet, but they have him spotted very close to that marker, and I think they're going to maybe bring him out and measure.
Well, I don't know if maybe they're discussing where he fumbled the ball and if they're going to give him the advancement of that fumble.
The officials talking that over, and it will be a first down, Boardman. Ball at the Raider 40-yard line.
Yeah, couldn't really tell from this angle where he lost the ball at. We saw it be fumbled upfield, looked out of bounds. Looked like they were just trying to discuss on where he first lost control of the ball, not giving him the advancement of the fumble.
2 receivers on either side for Boardman. And Thomas again will keep this and try to get around that left end. He's going to get run out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice pursuit there by Kincaid. Been calling his name a lot here in the first half. It's continuing here in the second half. Able to stretch him out there for a short gain, maybe 2, maybe 3 yards at best.
Looks like it's just 1 yard.
Just 1
2nd
yard.
down and 9. Thomas forced out of bounds on that keeper, trying to go around that left end once again. And once again, the give is to O'Horo, and O'Horo is met at the line of scrimmage. A late flag comes in. Could be.
Like from all sides, not sure if maybe they got a little bit of the face mask there.
It looked like his head got turned around there a little bit, so that's my guess.
If so, that'd be the second one. That's a big penalty, 15 yards, going to put them deeper into the Raider territory.
And that's what they're calling it. It's a face mask on the Harding defense. And that's going to move that ball ahead and give Boardman another first down. They're going to take that inside the 30-yard line, marching it off inside the 25 up to about the 24-yard line of Harding. And Boardman is threatening early in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, big penalty there. You really want to see tackles. You don't want to see people reaching and grabbing. Start reaching and grabbing. That's when you start getting into these penalties like holding and the face mask. Really want to work to get that footwork right. Win your battles, put yourself in position to make good plays so you're not reaching and grabbing.
1st and 10, Boardman at the Harding 24-yard line. That's Hightower in motion. And again, the give is to O'Horo, and this time the line closes in on him. That's a pickup of maybe 1. Get it up to about the 23-yard line. Actually, they're calling no gain on that play. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 at the 24.
We talk about some adjustments there. You know, we saw the first half. O'Horo was really having his way with that. His offensive line was really having their way with the defensive line, really popping off some nice gains for him, getting to that second level, making corners and safeties come up, making those tackles or linebackers 4 or 5 yards. So we've seen some adjustments. We can see what they can do here on this 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, Boardman. And once again, the give is to O'Horo. And again, that Harding defensive line, they found something down there. That's a gain of 1. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, quarterback Terrence Thomas, we saw the RPOs in the beginning right there. He was kind of in that no man's land of decision making. He was going to give it or if he was going to take it. Ran out of time. The defense made the choice for him, took the running back down for a loss of yards.
So Boardman, after marching the ball downfield, taking that opening kickoff, they have found a little bit of rough going in these last couple plays. The Harding defensive line stiffening up down here in their own territory. Coming up on 9 minutes left in this third quarter. It is 3rd down and 9 at the Harding 23-yard line.
See if they stay back or bring a blitz.
Thomas is going to pass, looking over the middle. And that ball is not caught. It looked like he had it for a second there.
Couldn't tell. I thought he came down with it.
I thought he had that too. Incomplete pass. It is 4th and 9.
Looked like pretty decent coverage out there by the corner. We talked all year. Coach Arnold doesn't have a problem with leaving these corners out there by themselves. Pretty decent coverage.
That was McMillian on the coverage, number 8. And Coxon, who kicked a 42-yarder late in the first half, he's coming off for what looks like is going to be about a 37-yard.
Yeah, 37. It looks like Boardman, are they going to burn a timeout this early?
Looks like they're going to call a timeout, talk over this field goal attempt.
Well, we saw in the first half, he comes out, and who was that? Coxon. I questioned it, told the safeties, keep their eyes open, thought for sure this was going to be a fake, but Coxon showed the ability, showed that leg off. 42, 43-yarder, had a good another 5-6 yards on it. So obviously he's got the distance. See if he can keep the accuracy and the nerves as you start getting later in the game and these points start meeting more and more. The pressure starts to build up.
And should he connect on this, this is still a big defensive stand for that Raider defense, holding them to 3 points right here, coming off the second half kickoff.
Absolutely, and that face mask penalty is what really hurt them there. Giving them that 15 yards, driving them deeper down into the Raider territory. Without that, they may be considering a punt here, but unfortunately, we talk about how just penalties can really change a drive, and Harding's had 2 face mask penalties, giving up 30 yards in games where you've only got a total of 10 points scored. Those type of plays could be the make or break points through the game.
So Boardman calls a timeout. They're looking at 4th and 9 at the Harding 23-yard line. They're going to set up for what's going to look to be about a 40-yard field goal attempt when they come back out. They called timeout to talk it over.
Still can't fall asleep here on this on the defense of this. They've shown the ability to make something like this, but if I'm over there in Boardman and I get this opportunity down here, I'm going to kick a field goal. I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to bring this, to a 1-score game. But you got to watch the trick plays. Remember, Boardman opened up with that onside kick, so they've got some things up their sleeves. Got to stay home. Got to maintain your responsibilities.
And it looks like Boardman's bringing the offense back out. Yeah. They're going to go for it on 4th and 9.
Don't want to waste the opportunity.
So big play early in the second half. 4th and 9, Boardman.
Got a single safety.
Thomas steps back to pass.
He's going to step up.
And another nice coverage there. That looked like number 10. That's Dallas Jett on the coverage there. Dallas Jett doing it all on both sides of the football.
Thomas's pass intended for number 1, Anthony Hightower. Ball's incomplete. Injury timeout on the field.
Big hit on that receiver, and he did not get up after that. And its ball's going to go over to Harding on downs, but we've got the Boardman receiver down on that play.
Yeah, you never want to see somebody get hurt on a play, but give it up to Dallas Jett. Showed great closing speed. Looks like they were back in a zone. He was a single safety back there. Receiver sat down there in the middle. Once again, a lot of credit to that offensive line and the quarterback. Gave him the time, stepped up in the pocket. Quarterback gave those receivers time to be able to sit down in that zone. He found his open receiver, but Dallas Jett showing that great closing speed, came in with a big hit from behind, and great to see the young man up that looks like number 1, Anthony Hightower. Great to see that young man up. Hopefully we can see him back here later in the game.
I think that high pass, those arms stretched out, that could have been the wind going right out of you. We've talked about that before.
I'll tell you, as a player, I give a lot of credit to that receiver. When the quarterback kind of hangs you out like that, it's a business decision. And I give a lot of credit to Hightower. He knew the decision he was making. He knew the consequences of it. And he still went up there to try to make a play for his team.
So Boardman turns it over on downs to start the second half. Harding takes over at their own 23-yard line, 8:43 to play in the third quarter. And Harding remaining on top 7-3. Dallas Jets going to keep this one up the middle and pick up about maybe a couple on that, out to about the 24-yard line. Looks like they're going to give him 1 on that play. 2nd down and 9 coming up.
They fake that jet sweep down here to the near side. Straight quarterback, keep up the middle. Probably 1 arm tackle away from breaking that for a big run.
Gain of 1 brings up 2nd down and 9.
Foster and Ivory both over here, part of these 3 receivers on the near sideline. And Jets looking over there, and he short hops it to Tyreek Ivory. That's going to be incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 9 at the 24-yard line.
3rd down and 9.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of screens there. Jet probably didn't get his feet set right there. Tried to use all arm to get it out there. Unfortunately, came up short. Had Tyreek Ivory out there in the flats with some one-on-one situations and a couple blockers out in front of him. Could have been a big play.
Ivory, Foster, and Red again over here on this sideline. Jet under a lot of pressure, but again, able to evade it. He's going to keep the ball. Jet's got some open room, and Dallas Jet is off the races. He loses the football. The ball's still live, and Boardman is going to cover it at about the 31-yard line.
For all the positive things we can say out there, you know, still mental mistakes. Saw it around the 50-yard line. Jet carrying that ball like a loaf of bread, kind of made you scared. As soon as he encountered some of the defense there, it was just one hand. Got to keep that ball tucked. I don't care how fast, elusive you are. You got to stay to the fundamentals that you were taught in midget league football. That ball has to stay tucked. It cannot be held out there like a loaf of bread, or you'll have results like this.
Second turnover of the game for Warren Harding. Boardman is going to take over at their own 31-yard line. Dallas Jet with the big 3rd down run. A lot of yardage on that play. Has the ball stripped away. And Boardman covers it at the 31, where it's going to be 1st and 10, Spartans.
Calling on this defense again. Watch to the near side here. 51, Kincaid. He's been out there all night. He's been a problem. Needs to come up big on this drive.
And there's the handoff to O'Horo. He gets maybe 3 yards on that play out to the 34-yard line. And as yards on the ground are coming just a little bit tougher for Boardman right now.
Yeah, I really like what I'm seeing from the front 4. Harding's generally coming out in that base 4-3 defense. And really like to see what I'm seeing from these front 4 here. Pinching down, cutting off those lanes. Linebackers stepping up, making plays in the hole. They're breaking that down where we were seeing the 4 to 5 yard gains. Now we're seeing the 1-2 yard gains.
2nd down and 7, and it's good to see Anthony Hightower back in the game after taking that big hit to close out their last offensive series. And Hightower's going to get that short screen. Hightower breaks the tackle. He's going to get a 1st down out to about the 42.
Yeah, nice to see Hightower back in the game. You know, he might be on the other team, but you never want to see a kid get hurt. You want to see a competitive game out there. But I'll tell you, this is football. That hit that Dallas delivered over the middle again on that last series, that might come back later. We'll see if we see some alligator arms on some of those over-the-middle passes.
1st and 10, Boardman at their 42-yard line. They're moving the football once again. That's Hightower in motion. And there's the give, little draw play up the middle. And O'Horo gets about 7 yards out of that, maybe 6, called 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, nice play there by Boardman. That delayed draw there, haven't seen that all game from them. Obviously caught the defense off guard there. Got him a gain of 6, going to put him here in that 2nd and 4 territory.
O'Horo, the big 6-foot, 185-pound running back for Boardman. Gets it out to about the 48-yard line where it's going to be 2nd down and 4. And again, Thomas back to pass. He's looking deep down that sideline. He's got a man open, but overthrows Hightower. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
You know, they try to lull you to sleep with O'Hora. Doing a great job there, trying to eat up that clock, keep this Raider offense off the field. You gotta stay awake back there. Had a couple steps. Luckily, that ball was thrown about 5 yards out of bounds.
3rd down and 4 for the Boardman Spartans. They're at their own 48-yard line. We've got 3 receivers to the right. Sean O'Horo back, and it's going to be a keeper up the middle for Terrence Thomas. He's close to a first down. I think they're going to mark him just a little bit short. It's going to be 4th down and inches, and I think we're going to see another 4th down conversion attempt.
Yeah, if you're Boardman right here, you know you've done pretty good on the ground here. Watch a strong hard count.
Trying to line it up quickly, but we have the officials holding everybody off for just a moment. Now they're going to measure on this one. Boardman's trying to get up here and get the quick snap on that one, but the officials want a measurement. Check this one out. And this spot from here, it looks close.
Yeah, it's going to be close. You know, you got to watch the hard count, but I mean, with the horse that they got behind him in O'Hora, you expect a simple draw, simple dive play up the middle to try to get this. But this defense has been stepping up. You know, the front four have really been doing their job here in this 3rd quarter of holding that run in check. So we'll see what they come out to do. You can see a quarterback sneak, possibly.
Looks like about up the middle. Looks like about a half a football down there.
4th down, half a yard.
So 4th down and about a foot to go. 5:37 left in the 3rd quarter.
Last time Boardman went for it on 4th and 2, I think they actually lost a yard. So we'll see what kind of penetration these front four can get.
It is 4th and 1 at the Harding 48-yard line. And no surprise as Boardman brings their offense back out. They got about a half a football to go here. And Thomas jumps up under center.
That's going to be close.
Maybe that's going to be close. Effort. They may have to measure this again. Close. Thomas jumped up under that center.
No, the second official, when he came in, he moved up about a step. Well, no harm, no foul. Fresh set of downs here. You're looking for another 3 and out.
Gain of 1 on a play. Good enough for a first down. That takes it up to the Harding 47-yard line. Clock ticking away, 5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. It's still a 7-3 Harding lead. Thomas drops back to pass once again. He's forced out to his left. He's under a lot of pressure back there. And Thomas is going to go down way back at the 44-yard line. Big loss for Boardman.
That looked like that was number 7, Josiah Todd, applying the pressure there. And Kincaid Tyson from the other side.
That looks to be about a 10-yard loss for Boardman all the way back to their own 43-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 20.
Both defensive ends came in at angles. He was running to the near side here, right into Kincaid Thomas's arms. Give both Thomas and Todd credit for that sack.
And again, Thomas back to pass, looking for that little screen over the middle. And Harding has that red at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. Trying to get the ball to O'Horo, and he had nowhere to go.
Talk about the discipline. Harding's been getting aggressive on defense. They said, oh, we're going to use that. We're going to use your aggressiveness against you. Let you bring that blitz. We're going to hit you with that middle screen. Linebackers and the defensive ends both stayed home, able to keep that to a gain of 2, bring up this 3rd and long 19.
3rd and 19 for the Boardman Spartans. Trying to make something out of a turnover. But so far, the Harding defense has risen to the challenge on this set of downs. Thomas back to pass once more. Under pressure once again. Breaks out of the pocket. He's going to keep it himself. He gets it out to a big hit at the 48-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 5. And I'd be willing to bet they're going to bring the punt team out on this play.
Anthony Duke said, hello, welcome to the game. Amazing hit right there. Perfectly clean, legal. A lot of times when you see those big hits, you'll see the yellow hanky come out. Led with his shoulder. Just an excellent open field hit by number 13, Anthony Dukes.
4th down and 6, and it looks like Boardman's keeping their offense on the field for this play. Big 4th down play coming up for this offense and the Harding defense. Boardman going for it on 4th and 6 at the Harding 43-yard line.
Looks like here comes the pressure from the near side.
There's a screen out to O'Horo.
Nope.
And O'Horo's going to come up a few yards short. It's Harding football.
Excellent stop by the defense there. Exactly what they needed after the unfortunate offensive series there. Going to get the offense back on the field here with a lot of momentum with 2:37 left here in the third.
Harding takes over their own 40-yard line. First and 10, Raiders.
Raiders will have the ball at their own 40-yard line after giving up that turnover off the big Dallas Jet run. But the defense rises up and they stop the Spartans. It is Harding football at the 40, 2:37 to play in the third quarter. Harding hanging on to a 7-3 lead at the moment.
Yeah, plays like that there. I mean, those are the game changers. You know, I was surprised to see Boardman come out. Figured they'd take this opportunity to try to pin Harding back. Harding's only got 7 points. They've been able to, credit to their defense, they've been able to really tame this Harding offense. Really surprised that they didn't take the opportunity to try to pin Harding back with that field position and really change the shape of the field. Start playing down here at the Harding side. They got gutsy, went for it on a long 4th and 9 with a simple screen pass. I didn't see any blockers out there. We had safeties and corners coming up to snuff that out and make the tackle before he could get to the sticks.
With cutting-edge technology and nationally recognized programs, we bring a unique approach to high-quality patient-centered care.
2:37 left in this third quarter. And again, it's another close one between the Harding Raiders and the Boardman Spartans. These games have come down to the wire in each of the last several seasons. I believe the announcement was made earlier on that the last 3 games between these two have been settled by 7 points or less. And we have certainly seen some strange things in this series. Harding sets up first down and 10. We have 3 receivers down here to this near sideline. And Dallas Jet drops back. Looking over the middle, he's got Tyreek Ivey. Ivey makes the catch behind him a little bit, and looks like it's going to be a first down at the 50.
Dallas Jet showing off the arm right there. Hits Tyreek Ivey on that skinny post pattern there, right in the middle. I'm assuming they've watched that 2 deep safety set there. You're going to have a nice little spot in between those safeties dropping back and right over the top of the heads of the linebackers.
Foster and Ivory down here on the near side. Red and Taylor are up on top. That's Red in motion. And Red was trying to get the quick snap, and I think somebody jumped a little bit early, which is probably a break for Harding that ball got called before it got going, because all kinds of things going wrong on that play. Take the 5-yard loss instead of the turnover.
Yeah, going to bring up a 1st and 15 here. Talk about those penalties stacking up against the Raiders right now. Thus far, I honestly, I can't remember. I don't believe Boardman has a penalty against him yet this game.
Can't think of one. We thought they were going to get one earlier, and it turned out to an offensive face mask penalty on Ivory. But I think Boardman's played a pretty clean game to this point.
A call that you're probably going to see once a year. Yeah. Offensive face mask.
Jet tries the keeper. He gets a couple on that, and that's going to bring up a second down at about 12.
I liked Coach Arnold putting the ball back in the hand of his quarterback. Fumbled. He knows the mistake he made. He knows he's got to protect that ball. Like to see him put it back in the quarterback's hand there. Give him another chance. He is a weapon. You got to use him. Get him back out there. Show him you still got the confidence in him. Put the ball in his hands. Let him get some positive yards.
Foster, Red, and Ivory on the near side. Johnny Taylor up on top.
Oh.
And there's the pitch out to Kanyai Red, and Red takes a smack, and he gets up a little bit hobbled. He's going to drop to a knee. He took a big hit on that one, and we've seen several big hits that people just are not getting up after in this ball game.
I'll tell you, clean hits, football hits. I mean, no, these are football plays. Talked to once again, we saw it happen to Hightower. Tyreek Ivey put that hit on him when his quarterback kind of left him out there. On that one there, you could see Dallas Jet tried to lead him a little bit, but that corner of the safety was coming up hard. And Kanye Red, give him credit that he went and tried to make a play, but unfortunately that safety was coming right up and put the shoulder pad right in his chest. Hopefully he's just gotten the wind knocked out of him.
We saw Hightower for Boardman go down. Kanye Red's on a knee down there, checking him out. And we saw Bryson Powell take a big hit on his one carry in the second quarter, and hopefully that young man's all right. I'm willing to bet we're not going to see him again tonight, so hopefully we will see him again later on down the road. He came off not putting any weight on that right leg. So we've had some hard knocks in this ball game tonight, Ed.
Yeah, it's football. And these are two teams. They know each other well. I don't think there's any intimidation on either side. They know they can play with each other, so they come out here and, we're not that far away from each other. A lot of pride, a lot of bragging rights associated when the Valley teams play against each other. Everybody wants to be able to walk away here with a win, and good to see Kanye Red up. Looks like it was just getting the wind knocked out of him, and we should be able to see this young man back later in the game.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. A minute 2 to play in this third quarter. It is still a 7-3 ball game, and it has become a defensive showcase right now for both these squads. 3rd and 12. Harding at the 48-yard line. 3 receivers left. Johnny Taylor by himself up there on top. Dallas Jet drops back to pass. He's got a lot of time. Looking over the middle, underthrows Johnny Taylor a little bit.
Looked like he had 24 Tyreek Ivory coming across on a drag pattern late. Couldn't identify him. Did go for Johnny Taylor there. Looked like he was in a similar position. Unfortunately, that's going to bring up a punting situation for the Raiders.
4th and 12. Jake Doherty on to do the punting. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Anthony Hightower dropping back to receive the punt for Boardman. He's going to set up around his 22-yard line. Taylor gets it off. Hightower's going to be able to field this one. He loses the first one. And he'll be chased out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, pretty good coverage by the punt team there. Gave him a lot of room to work with. Made the first man miss, but are able to use that 12th man on the sideline to hold him to a minimal return. Going to start out here, roughly about the 29-yard line for this Raider defense.
First and 10, Boardman at their own 29. 45 seconds now left in the third quarter.
So it looks like those adjustments at halftime have proven to work for both teams. Got 45 seconds left here. Haven't seen a score on the board. Kind of been pretty evenly matched. Bend don't break defenses on each side. That big turnover there for the Raiders, though, could have been the difference.
And that is Thompson trying to end around. There are flags. There's laundry all over the field.
Everywhere.
Thompson gets around for a gain, but we're going to have to sort this out.
I think we know how he got the corner. I think everybody here knows how he got the corner.
So that call is going to go against Boardman. That run's coming back. Is going to back them up a little bit.
Hey, you talk about the penalties. I think that may be the first penalty on Boardman tonight.
I think you're right. I don't recall them being called.
Takes a big gain, going to bring up a 1st and 20, and the Boardman offense has not proven to be able to break off big chunks of yardage. This is going to really put them in a difficult situation and put that Raider defense in a position to be able to blitz and put some real pressure on the quarterback.
That's that looks like a 15-yarder. I'm not sure what that call was, but it was 15. That takes them back to the 15-yard line, unless it was a spot foul.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was a crackback.
Okay.
Used to be able to get away with that years ago, but now they start calling you out on those.
That makes it first down and about 25. There's to give to O'Horo. He gets a couple of it back, but again, that Harding defensive line is shutting down on that run now a lot better than they did in the first half.
Well, and you talk about the dynamics of the game. My coaches used to always tell me 4 yards of play will win you a game. Well, that works, but not when you get these big penalties and you haven't shown the ability to be able to break off chunks of yards at a time. Puts your offense in a precarious position and puts that defense with their ears back, just knowing that it's wide open. They can bring the pressure and not have a lot of worry about you being able to get a big playoff on them.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Harding still on top, 7-3. And Boardman will be setting up for a 2nd down and 21 from their own 18-yard line when we resume play at the beginning of the 4th quarter.
Well, partner, we've been here before. 7-3. Low-scoring game. Usually it's been a little higher. Usually Harding on the other side of that the differential. But we've been here before. You know, these games at Molotov Stadium this year have come down to the wire. Last possession. Just really exciting, good football been played all year here at Molotov Stadium.
You certainly got your money's worth if you're paid for tickets to come to Molotov this season. They've been some barn burners. Not an offensive barn burner tonight, but still exciting football, and it is going to come down to the end.
You've seen a good game. You've seen a lot of heart out here. Nobody's given up. You know, Boardman comes in obviously with a better record, only with the 2 losses, one being to the #1 team in the state, Benedictine, and the other one being from perennial powerhouse Massillon. So they come in here with a lot of confidence. Last week, Harding goes out, beats a good Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's team, comes in here with a lot of confidence, and let's be honest, they know what's on the line here. I believe it's 16, 18 teams make the playoffs this year, but they know this Division II is a tough division. A lot of good teams out there winning games, getting a lot of points. They know what they got to do down the stretch if they want to see their season extended into the playoffs.
2nd down and 21 as Boardman opens up the fourth quarter. They've got the ball on their own 18-yard line.
Play like this, you're not looking for the 21, you're looking for probably 11, 12 yards. Try to give yourself a more manageable position here on 3rd down.
Thomas has O'Horo to his immediate right. He's got 2 receivers on each side. He sends Hightower in motion over here. Thomas is going to roll out to his right.
Pick! Oh!
And that ball is almost picked off. That's going to bring a 3rd down and 21 coming up.
Really like
that's
you watch
Tajon Wallace over there.
Watch this replay. Yeah, you can't see it from this side, but you watch the technique of Tyson Kincaid there, keeping his outside shoulder open so he can set that edge. He can keep the pressure on, but keeping that outside shoulder open to make sure nobody gets outside of him. Exactly how he was coached.
3rd down and 21 for Boardman. Their own 18-yard line. Hightower and Freeman over here on the near side. Newsom up on top. We got a flag on the play. And that's going to make it just a little bit tougher for Boardman. That's going to back him up 5 yards. Got a delay of game penalty on that. Taking back to the 13-yard line. That's going to make it 3rd down and 26.
Third and 26, double safeties. Want to make sure you stay deep as the deepest receivers on both sides there, but also got to be cognizant of right in front of you there is going to be that nice soft spot between the safeties and the linebackers.
Thomas setting back. He's going to keep it. Throws it out over the middle of Hightower. Hightower can't come up with it, and there's another flag on the far side of the field.
What's that going to be there? I don't know if they put a hit on the quarterback after he let the ball go.
Waiting to see what this call is. That pass is incomplete.
He might have been close to the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball.
He was off and running.
Yep, that's what it was.
So that's an illegal forward pass, and that will be loss of down. So I get the penalty and the down. It's 4th down.
Couldn't ask for anything better from the Raider defense there. Needed that stop. Should end up in good field position after this. Want to catch the ball in the air, but also want to be smart about it. I know you want to make a play out there, but right now you've got excellent opportunity to put your team in a great position. They're going to take 81 back there again. That's Johnny Taylor.
They're bringing Tyreek Ivory in.
Tyreek Ivory.
Tyreek Ivory's going to go back on this one. High snap. That punt gets off.
Oh.
And that's going to take a bad bounce, and Kanye Red downs it right there.
Almost like he thought he was down.
So that's going to be Harding football at the Boardman 42-yard line after a big defensive stand.
Yeah, starting to see a momentum shift here. Defense is leading the way here, coming out here, doing their jobs, giving up a few yards, but that bend don't break mentality going to give that offense a great opportunity here at roughly about the 43-yard line for the Raiders to start out with a 1st and 10.
So Harding, with perhaps their best opening field position of the night, they're starting on the Boardman side of the field after that short punt from deep in Boardman territory. Tom Foster down here on the near sideline. There's the jet sweep. Get the ball to Ivory around the corner. Ivory's got some room and gets it down to the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 2 for Harding.
Looks like we've got Freeman down for Boardman there.
Andre Freeman on the play, trying to bring Tyreek Ivory down, and he is slow getting up.
Yeah, we're seeing the injury bug kind of hit both teams here. Luckily, most of these guys, they have been able to come back in the game, but we're seeing just a lot of just tough football being played out right now. Not seeing a lot of arm and shirt tackles. You know, people getting their pads into the game, using them as they're supposed to be used, and you know, unfortunately, we are seeing some injuries as a result of it.
Looks like they're working on the left leg there of Andre Freeman.
Up and he's up. Looks like that might have been a cramp.
Could have been a cramp. Yeah, he's jogging off pretty well right now, so that's good to see. 2nd down and 2 for the Raiders when we resume play after this injury timeout. 11:19 to go in the ball game. 2-score differential could be huge in this one, Ed.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you see right now Harding up that, you know, you're going to need a touchdown by Boardman to be able to take the lead. 3 points leaves them short. You know, Harding can get in there right now. 11:19 left in the game. They can put 7 more on the board. It's going to put them in a good position. Boardman has not been able to show the ability to move the ball.
And Dallas Jet straight up the middle. Jet still on his feet. Inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. 1st down, Harding.
Had the nose of the ball covered, got up the field, learned from his mistakes, went right back to what he knows, the weapon that he's been all year, using his legs this time to move the chains.
1st and 10 Harding at the Boardman 19-yard line.
1st and 10 Raiders.
And Harding threatening once again.
Another opportunity for Harding here as well. The clock is on their side. He talked about the 3 points that Boardman's put up, really not showing abilities to hit that big play. So that clock ends up really working against the Spartans right now. Looks like Harding's going to call a timeout.
Harding's going to call a timeout down here deep in Boardman territory. Looks like we got about 560 plus viewers out there. We thank you for tuning in to WSCN. Always happy to bring you Raider football. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast.
Yeah, we talk every week about the amazing production that's put together by the students and staff from WSCN to be able to bring us these games. I think it got a lot of notoriety last year when fans really couldn't come to the games, giving Raider Nation, not just here in Warren, not just here in the Valley, but honestly across the world. We've had people from Israel, we've had Australia. I mean, we've had people from across the world be able to tune in to these Warren Harding games. And I will say this, I will put this broadcast up against anyone's. I mean, the graphics and the camera work, and the announcers are pretty good. Yeah,
I've heard that about those guys.
yeah. At least my wife says so.
There we go. If you got that, you don't need anything else.
Right, my kids, they're up in the air. They're not too sure.
I'll send a shout out to my brother Joe out there in Sun City, Arizona. I know he's checking in the ball game tonight. So we got some viewership out there.
Third quarter score for St. Vincent St. Mary 40, Ursuline 14.
Oh. Just announced Akron, St. Vincent St. Mary up 40-14 against Ursuline. Some of the things that Harding's going to need to be able to get into the playoffs, building those points up.
Jet back to pass, looking left. He's got a man over in the corner.
What do you got? Touchdown.
And we've got a touchdown. He's got Dom Foster in the corner. Touchdown, Harding.
One-on-one, Dom Foster showed all year the ability to go up and get those 50-50 balls. Dallas sees him out there, throws it up. Looks like maybe a little bobble, and then he comes down with it. The officials there made sure he secured it. Exactly what this Harding offense needed here with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Nice coverage over there by Anthony Hightower. Just couldn't quite stop that. Jake Doherty on for the extra point.
Number 18, Luke Playhouse with the hold.
And Doherty sends it into the bad shell for a 14-3 lead.
That touchdown is going to make it a two-score game, 14-3 Harding. 10:28 left in the game. This defense needs just a couple stops. They should be able to come away with this victory. But let's go back to this play here. Dom Foster out here on the high side. You see the quarterback, Dallas, drop back, saw him the whole time, identified the one-on-one. You see Dom go up, high point that ball, and come down with it for 6.
10:28 to play in the game. Homecoming at Molotov Stadium, and the Raiders go on top 14-3 with the Dallas Jet to Dom Foster connection in the corner of the end zone.
Give a quick shout out to the Harding staff and administration for putting all this together tonight, providing a great atmosphere here for the game. I know Superintendent Steve Shiro's out there listening. Staff, everybody here doing a great job. Just a great night for football. Great time for the city of Warren to come out here and enjoy these kids and enjoy a football game on a nice, brisk October 1st.
Jake Doherty sends that kick deep back. It's going to be fielded about the 9-yard line. That's Newsom with the ball, trying to reverse his field. And nice coverage by that Harding kick team. He's brought down at the 15-yard line.
That was Tyreek Ivory, 24, one of the fly guys, getting down there straight to the ball. Runner tried to outrun Tyreek Ivory to the sideline. Wasn't going to happen. Ended up continuing this momentum. Going to give the Spartans the ball inside their own 20-yard line.
Sorry, I said Newsom. That was Cam Thompson on that return. Gets it out to about the 17. Boardman's going to take the ball 1st and 10 there with 10:21 to play. And it is now a 14-3 Harding lead. There's a screen play out to O'Horo, trying to get him the ball in open space. He makes it around the corner out to about the 25. That's going to bring up a second down. Actually, it looks like he's going to get the first down out of that, the way that spot looks.
Yeah, some good blocking out there here to the near side. Wide receiver set that up nice. Had 3 receivers out there able to pick up the corners, and the safeties coming in allowed him to hit that corner for a 10-yard gain.
Screen pass to Sean O'Horo out there. And I think one of the Raider defenders down on the sideline over there again. So again, another man down.
That was another big hit there on the out of bounds play there as he cut that corner there. Looked like the safety was coming up. Nice open field tackle, but
Tajon Wallace, he's up on his feet. O'Horo gets the first down. I'm hearing from one or another of our viewers, Sean O'Horo, a fine young man off the field as well as on the field, and he's having a pretty good game for Boardman over there. He's been their workhorse all night long.
Yeah, you know, we talk about the idea of student athlete, and I think we always try to emphasize it is a student athlete. So great to see these players out here that can perform on the field and perform in the classroom. And by the way, college is like that too.
Absolutely.
No one wants Prop 48.
Another quick pass out to Hightower. And Hightower is met. I see
Another
a flag down.
That looks like the area of possible holding. And that's what it is. Going to be holding against Boardman. Going to back him up.
And Harding closing pretty quickly on those quick passes out there. As you said, Ed, those defensive adjustments, they are definitely working tonight. That's going to back Boardman up off that first down play.
Looks like he's going to bring a 1st and 20. We talked about on the last possession when they got that crackback for 15 yards, but it was from the spot of the foul, so I think it backed him up to a 1st and 30. Just never able to overcome that with the type of offense that they're running here with the 4 yards, 3 yards, and a cloud of dust.
Thompson and O'Horo in that Boardman backfield. And Thompson's going to look out here again, and there's nothing for him out there. He's trying that quick pass out there. Now he goes over, throws it away. He was trying to get the ball out here to the left, but that defensive line was all over him right from the get-go.
It looked like he also was looking in the flats here to the near side. Once he realized that was covered, couldn't really pick up the rest of the field to find anybody downfield. And that defense was just coming on him, but nothing he could do but just throw the ball out of bounds.
That brings up 2nd down and 20. Boardman still at the 18-yard line. We're under 10 minutes to play. And again, Thomas looking to pass, throwing long. He's got him in. He's got Hightower wide open at the 50-yard line. And that ball is caught at about the Raider 49. That's a 1st down, Boardman.
And we talk about, you know, they're dinking and dunking with the passes all night, running O'Hora, kind of lulling those safeties in those corners to sleep. Looks like they might have caught Tyreek Ivory that time with his eyes in the backfield. The receiver ran past him, able to hook up with him for a big gain.
1st and 10 at the Raider 49-yard line. And Harding's going to use another timeout here, talk over the defense a little bit.
Another surprise. This announced Canfield 28 to, what did they say, 28-12?
28-10.
28-10, Canfield over Fitch.
And I've heard from my brother over in Austintown. I think Fitch has been hit by the injury bug too. They got some players down. So it's as you keep saying, it's a tough game. Tough game.
And you get to this point in the season. You know, you've been playing these tough teams all year. You know, whether it's practice, whether it's here, you start to see some of those injuries. That's why it's so important to get we talk about the number ones. The number ones are always going to set the tone. But where you're going to see the difference in the game is when you got to start putting the 2s and 3s in. And the more time, the more plays that you can get your 2s and 3s in, the better you're going to be down the stretch when you start getting hit with these injuries, as we're seeing with some of these teams now.
So Harding uses their 2nd timeout of the half on this defensive series after Boardman completes the long pass for the 1st down. So once we get out of this timeout, Boardman's going to set up for 1st down and 10 at the Raider 49-yard line. There's 9:51 to play. Harding has opened up a 14-3 lead. Still plenty of time. And these games, these Boardman-Harding games, they do tend to come down to the wire. So.
Well, that's what you're looking for here on this possession. Boardman knows how important this is. If they don't score here, they know it's going to be a really difficult time for them to try to win this game. Really like to see this defense get a 3 and out here on this new set of downs.
And because this is a televised game of the week, we're waiting for the TV timeout. Now we got the get the other folks back online. We're ready to roll. We're glad you're sticking with us, though. If you're out there watching on WSCN, there's an end around. And we've got a flag in the backfield.
Looks like that could be another hold against Boardman.
Cam Thompson tried to get that end around. Almost like he was going to pull him, try to throw there, Ed.
Yeah, you know, I saw that as well. It's something we saw against Medina. Yeah, you'll see it as he comes out here and tries to get the edge, and even with the hold, wasn't able to get that edge.
I don't know if he was trying to pull up the throw, if he just stumbled a little bit there. And that replay looked like his foot caught up in the turf, so I think that's what happened there to kind of turn him a little bit.
Listen, we saw what Medina did in the game against us. They were hitting those screens to the outside, double passes down the field, hit some big plays for him. I'm sure Boardman's seen that and knows the aggressiveness of both of these corners. Trying to play on that aggressiveness, see if they can get those eyes in the backfield, get them to come up too quick and hit that deep one downfield.
1st and 20 after the holding call against Boardman. That's Hightower in motion once again. Thomas looking to throw. It's O'Hara out of the backfield. O'Hara breaks the tackle, gets a few of those yards back.
So you talk again, you got a 1st and 20. You know, you got 9-11 on the clock as he makes it out of bounds to stop the clock. So he's going to knock off a good 8-9 yards on that play. But when you're down 2 scores, you got to be able to hit the big ones. And thus far, Harding's defense has been able to hold them to kind of this dink and dunk offense that's really going to play against Boardman as we come down here in the last 9 minutes of the game.
2nd down and 16 after the 4-yard gain on that screen pass. Thomas looking to throw once again, and again he's looking for O'Hara out of the backfield, and this time O'Hara can't come up with it. That's going to be an incomplete pass. And Tajon Wallace in there again. He's been a ball hawk tonight.
Oh, absolutely. These corners and safeties have been everywhere, flying around, closing, showing that closing speed, really taking away the big play opportunities for the Boardman Spartans. Going to bring up a long 3rd and 16 for the Spartans. With 9 minutes left in the offense that they're running tonight, this might be 4-down territory for them.
3rd down and 16. 2 receivers on each side. O'Hara in that backfield next to Thomas, and Thomas drops straight back. Over the middle, he finds Hightower, and that's going to be a 1st down. He finds Hightower at about the 38-yard line. That's enough for a Boardman 1st down.
Yeah, give a lot of credit there to Terrence Thomas. We talked about all night his ability to be able to stay in the pocket and not take off and run too quick, allowing those receivers to find those open spots in the zone. That right there worked out perfectly for him. Found his receiver, soft spot right there, hit him as he was coming across. Going to move the chains with 8:59 here left in the 4th.
So it's 1st down and 10, Boardman at the Harding 38-yard line. And they're not going away quietly, not just yet. Thomas again dropping back, again looking for O'Hara out of the backfield, and the ball just outside his reach. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, just not really attempting to stretch the field. Real comfortable with kind of those short, intermediate passes, specifically those screens. I think they found something out there. Outside linebackers not being able to get out there. The safety's not coming up quick enough. But thus far, it's just not been enough to put points on the board for the Spartans.
8:55 remaining in the ball game. Harding on top, 14-3. It's 2nd down and 10. Thomas drops straight back this time. He's looking deep, and Thomas is going to be sacked at the 40-yard line.
I think that was just a straight. That was Josiah Todd, called his name a couple times tonight. I believe that was just a straight 4-man rush. I don't think they brought any linebackers. So being able to get pressure like that on the quarterback with the front 4 here late in the game all comes down to conditioning. Late in the game, a lot of these guys go both ways. You can start to see the wear and tear happening now. Harding able to get pressure with just the front 4 not being able to blitz.
3rd and 12, and there's the give up the middle to O'Hara. He's going to get it out to about the 36-yard line, but that's going to bring up a 4th down and 8 for the Spartans, and I'm sure they're going to keep the offense on the field for this play.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of choice here. As that clock continues to tick with coming down under 8 minutes left, 2-score game. It's kind of a make or break on this play right here, 4th and 8. Looks like they're going to go with that 3-man front. Essentially like a dime defense. 6 DBs are going to be back there. The linebackers are going to be patrolling there. You're going to have you're going to have your corners and your safeties back there. Try to confuse the quarterback. Have so many guys back there. Get him flustered. and get the pressure. Looks like it's coming off the near side here.
O'Hara
And
goes
here he
over the
comes.
side.
That's Ivory.
And Tyreek
That's
Ivory off the end. Takes down Thomas way back at the 49-yard line. It's Harding football.
Great defensive call there. Ivory came up from that safety position late on a delayed blitz. No one picked him up with the speed that he has. He was on the quarterback before he knew what to do. Huge play, huge turnover. Put Harding's offense back on the field here with 7:27 left in the fourth.
And for all intents and purposes, really all Harding has to do is hold on to the football at this point.
Well, yeah, this is fundamentals right here. You know, we talked a lot, you know, coming into this about the passing attack and how in order to be able to take this team to the next level, they needed to be able to establish some of that running game to level out the passing attack for the running from the running game. And we've seen some of that happen tonight. A lot of it from the legs of Dallas Jet as well, being able to get those crucial first downs and yards when they need them. We'll see if they can do the same thing and close this game out.
And that ball's going to go to McMillian. McMillion's going to get dragged down for about a 2-yard loss, bring up a 2nd down and 12 at the 43-yard line of Harding.
Yeah, run up the middle, use the clock. The clock is your friend right now. Receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, everybody's got to know. You take that knee before you get out of bounds. Do not do them a favor. Make them burn these timeouts with 7 minutes left. Don't go out of bounds. If we're going to throw passes, let's stick to what we've been doing. We hit those short intermediate passes. Keep that clock running. It's on your side.
2nd and 12, and Dallas Jet's going to keep this around the corner.
Get down, get down.
And
there
he gets
you go.
a few yards up to the 49-yard line. They're going to spot him at the 48. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7.
So you got 3rd and 7. I don't know how aggressive the coaching staff's going to want to be here. You know, everything going in your favor right now. That clock's just ticking down. Two possession game. Worst thing you could do right now is a turnover, so you don't want to force anything, and you absolutely want to stay in bounds. If we got to punt, we got to punt. Put them inside their 20. They have not shown the ability to be able to break big plays or sustain long drives. If you can't do either of those things, you can't win a football game. If you can't score from anywhere on the field, you can't sustain a long drive, very difficult to score.
6 minutes to play in the ball game. It's 3rd down and 7. Dallas Jet's going to drop back the pass. He's got Tyreek Ivory over the road. Tyreek Ivory grabs it over the middle. It's going to be all the way. Touchdown Harding. 55 yards.
Tyreek Ivory, Dom Foster, we saw him on the last possession. Tyreek Ivory here. We knew they couldn't keep him quiet for long. Unfortunately, they're going to get him with a taunting penalty going into the end zone, but the score will count. And I think that should do it here with 5:49 left in the 4th quarter.
3rd down and 7 from the 48-yard line. Dallas Jet finds Tyreek Ivory over the middle. Ivory breaks the tackle, takes it in for the touchdown. There will be a taunting penalty probably assessed on the kickoff. Jake Doherty in for the extra point to try to make this 21-3. And barring something very unexpected, that really just about ought to do it. There's still just under 6 minutes to play, so we've got some football left to play, but Harding has taken a commanding lead late in this contest. Kick is up, good, and it is a 21-3 Warren Harding lead with 5:49 to play on homecoming night at Mullenkoff Stadium.
You know, there's only so much you could do as a defense. You know, you're looking, you know where the players are. You know you got to watch 24, you know you got to watch 11, but you can only watch them so much, and you can only double team so much. Dallas Jet, as we talked about, has really found his own in this offense. Identified Dom Foster on the last play, one-on-one coverage, threw up that jump ball for him. Here comes down to a crucial 3rd down. Got Tyreek Ivory in the slot, knew he was matched up with that safety, had a one-on-one, put it in the perfect place, led him. Tyreek Ivory with a great fingertip catch, able to keep the ball, use his speed, get to the end zone, put his team in a comfortable 21-3 lead here with 5:49 left in the 4th. I think, Tom, this too, you look at a team like Boardman coming in here, pretty good record, played some teams, gathered some points, came in here with a lot of confidence. Raiders coming off of that big win out in Akron last week, coming here with a lot of confidence. Really like to see what we're doing here. You got the offensive output, 21 points going up on the board here, but it's the defense. That defense coming up, holding this Boardman offense to 3 points thus far. Like we said, we think we're pretty comfortable, but we've seen stranger things happen with these two match up. But to be able to see not only the offense coming out and doing what they're supposed to do, but to see this defense step up and hold this Boardman offense to only 3 points is exactly what you want to see going into this second half of the season and finishing it up and hopefully on a playoff run.
Now, if there's one game that's not over until it's over, it's a Boardman-Harding football game. And Jake Daugherty puts it back into play after the penalty assessed. That ball's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line. Anthony Hightower. Hightower breaks it outside. He's going to be chased out of bounds at about the 47-yard line, where Boardman will set up 1st and 10 with 5:43 to play in the contest.
Well, we'll see if Boardman tries to open up the offense here. I mean, they got to realize down considerable here. 18 points going in with less than 6 minutes left. I don't assume to see a lot of screen passes. Don't assume to see a lot of Ahora up the middle. Corner safeties got to stay back. See if we can get a pick and seal this game.
They're going to have to send the ball downfield, I think, from this point on. They can't rely on that stuff out of the backfield.
And with the amount of time left, they do have timeouts left. They do have 2 timeouts left, but it kind of takes the middle of the field away from you a little bit as well, because you try to get out of bounds to preserve those timeouts if you want any chance of trying to come back in this game.
Thomas is going to roll out to his right, and he short hops his man over there on the far sideline. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. He's looking for Andre Freeman over there. Couldn't quite get it out to him.
Yeah, it looked like he was on the run there, tried to really gun it in there, didn't have his feet quite set the way he wanted to. We saw that on a couple throws from Thompson, just not being able to get his feet set, throwing with all arm, just not able to get it there, and kind of throws kind of a worm burner over to the receivers.
Trying to create a little time with that rollout. The Harding defensive front has been all over him on the straight dropbacks this quarter. 2nd down and 10 at the Boardman 48-yard line. And a quick pass out to Hightower. Hightower's going to get close to a 1st down over there before he's knocked out of bounds.
That's going to probably move the chains, but once again, just, you got to be able to move the ball downfield.
He was short, and he wasn't out of bounds as the clock continues to run. It is 3rd and 2.
Gosh, yeah. I don't know what game I'm watching. Yeah.
He must have got a knee down before he rolled out. But clock continues to run. We're pushing 5 minutes now. 21-3. Warren Harding on top. Boardman with a 3rd down and 2 at the Harding 44-yard line. And Thomas is going to try to keep that, and he gets nowhere. Loses a couple on that. Was going to try a quarterback keeper.
Yeah, straight quarterback draw there. Looked like the ball setter didn't get the snap off. Looked like he had a good snap, just a low snap, but it's straight quarterback draw. But with the kind of time left on the clock, you've got to start taking some shots.
And Thomas is starting to show a little frustration down there.
And I don't know what they're holding on to the timeouts for. I mean, right now, he's waiting for the play to come in. That clock is just ticking.
And it's a 4th down and 4 play for Boardman.
I'd have burned a timeout. Too important.
Pass out, looking for Hightower. It's complete, but Hightower has no place to go. He's covered there by Tyreek Ivory and Tajon Wallace, and that ball's going to be turned over on downs. Harding's going to take over at their 45-yard line.
Big tip of the hat to this Harding Raider defense. Showed up, played outstanding all night long. You know, they give up some yards here and there, but we talk about the bend but don't break mentality of the defense. Really showed up here, able to do some things on the ground as well to establish that running game, to keep the defense kind of on their heels. And when they needed it, the two big guns showed up. Dom Foster, Tyreek Ivory scored when they needed them to. Put them in positions to score that first touchdown with that throw from Dallas Jet to Dom Foster down the sideline. Really captivating that first drive that ended in a Dallas Jet 1-yard score. Now we're going to sit here with 4:01 left in a good position to be able to run the clock out.
And then handoff up the middle to Delmar McMillian. McMillian's going to lose a yard back to the 45. That's going to make it 2nd down and 11. But the important thing is the clock is running on an 18-point Harding lead. 3:45 to play.
Kind of surprised at the Boardman sideline, not calling a timeout before that crucial 4th and 4 play with 2 timeouts. Now Harding's got the ball with under 4 minutes left, and they're satisfied with just letting this clock run, not burning any of those timeouts. I think if you can tell by the actions of the Boardman sideline, they're ready to pack it up and hit the buses and head back to Mahoning County.
2nd down and 11 for Harding. And that Boardman defensive player looked like number 9, Conti, coming in off the end hard, and that's going to result in another loss, make it 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, proud of these kids. You know, we watched that Massillon game and we saw how it started up. And I think we both quietly thought we'd have a running clock, you know, sooner rather than later. And to see the heart of that team to come back, unfortunately, they came up 3 points short. Then they come into the Ursuline game, same thing, you know, high-scoring game, almost 50 points each. And I think it ended up being a 1-point loss, but they never, ever gave up. And I think even though those games ended up in losses, I think at the end of the day, it built the character for them to be where they are today with a score like they have right now, going into this second half of the season, trying to really put their foot in the door of getting into this postseason play. And I think if this team gets into the postseason and they can establish this running game the way they have tonight, and the defense can step up in a manner in which they have tonight, this is going to be a team that some of those top-seeded teams do not want to see in the first round.
Dallas Jet on that 3rd down play tried to turn it into a run and wisely took a seat in the backfield rather than take a hit, maybe give up the football. That's going to force Harding to punt at 4th and 20. But again, they are ahead 21-3, only 2:19 left in the ball game. Boardman has used their 2nd timeout to stop the clock in front of this punt, try and save some time, see what they can do here. But they do need 3 scores to do anything.
Well, you know, you want to be careful on your special teams here. We've seen some problems in the kicking game. We've seen multiple punts blocked. We've seen multiple field goals as well as extra points blocked. And so you really want to secure your blocking on this. Have your guys get down there, minimal gain, get that defense on the field. 3 and out. We'll go into victory formation and we'll take it home.
Thompson back deep, and Boardman brings the rush. It's a high snap, and Doherty has no chance but to cover that ball. And that's going to be Boardman football at the Harding 20-yard line. So again, nothing is over in this series until that final whistle blows.
Well, and you know, it looked like that ball was a little high. Something Jake probably would tell you that he should have came down with. Probably going to kick himself after it for this. But, you know, bring that defense back on the field. But as we talk about the 3 phases of football, offense, defense, special teams, we know we've got it on the returns. We know we've got some scat backs back there that can break it, you know, for big gains. But we've got to secure the punts. We've got to secure the kicks, the field goals, as well as our extra points. For the third part of the football game.
That's a new quarterback in there. And it's almost picked off. Again, Tajon Wallace. That's number 16, Nico Holsha, in at quarterback for the Spartans. And Tajon Wallace almost comes up with a pick 6 on that play.
Well, you get into positions like this, you know, 209, you're up 21-3 late. Is you're a corner, you sit back there salivating because you know they got to throw the ball. And you kind of play coy back there for a minute. And, you know, these guys got great closing speed, jumping on those balls like that. He was looking back at Laird Avenue on that one.
Yes, he was. And there's the handoff that looks like O'Horo once again. O'Horo bulls his way to the 15-yard line. Don't want to overshadow what Sean O'Horo has done for Boardman tonight. He's had a nice ball game in there.
Oh yeah, I mean in tough yards.
Yes.
You know, if you're a football fan, I mean you really tip your hat to number 6, Sean O'Hora. I mean just real gutsy football. You know, he ran between the tackles all night long. Yards, I'd love to see what his yards after contact were.
And that's a pitch out to Hightower. Hightower inside the 10. He's going to be dragged down about the 7-yard line. And Boardman knocking at the door with 1:25 left. That's going to make it a first down and goal. Clock's going to stop as the chains aren't going to move. They're just going to be dropped. But now the clock is running, 1:20 to play. And Boardman with the first and goal, looks like at the 8-yard line. And Horsha over the middle to number 3, Cam Thompson, and that's a touchdown for Boardman.
Yeah, nice pass there. Little skinny post. Identified that one-on-one coverage. I coach my little flag team. I tell them when you break out of your route, you plant that left leg and you leave them. That's exactly what the receiver did on that. Was able to get get himself a little room. Quarterback threw a perfect pass, put it on him. Nice catch at the end. Boardman's going to line up for make it 21-10.
Coxon on for the extra point. That kick is up and good, and it is a 21-10 ball game. 1:05 to play. You want to bet on an onside kick coming up here, Ed?
You know, they saw it. We saw it in the beginning, and we were able to jump all on it. We talked about it before. You know, it's that bounce. Can he get the big bounce? If he gets that big bounce, you're going to start to see some of these fans start to swarm back into the stadium.
That's a 21-10 Harding lead. 1:05 to play. But once again, anything can happen when these two teams take the field, so don't go away yet. Stick around for the last minute.
Yeah, there's still some football left here. 1:05. I think, Boardman still got 2 timeouts. They can recover this kick. Now, they can't advance it. You cannot advance an onside kick, but they get that recovery, somehow get a quick score. You never know.
I thought they burned a timeout before Harding took that punt. But
right, because they had to. We were talking about how they didn't, and I thought they took a timeout on the last one.
Haven't gotten that off the board yet. I'm thinking Boardman's down to 1 timeout, but well, I see the good hands team out there. I see Tyreek Ivory. I see Dom Foster. I see Devin Boss, Tajon Wallace, all up there in the front lines. Harding doesn't even appear to have a man deep on this one. And there's the kick, and that's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like they tried a little trickery there. Kicking it to the left side. Unfortunately, for them, people couldn't get down there. That ball just, without any damage, just went out of bounds. Considering that Boardman only has the 1 timeout, this should be victory formation.
You're going to spot that ball at the Harding 43-yard line with 1:05 to play, and Harding on top 21-10. Boardman trying the onside kick. It gets out of bounds before anybody can get to it. So they're going to take the ball right there at that spot at the 43. Scoreboard still showing 2 timeouts for Boardman, but we're thinking it's 1. But And it does look like victory formation for the Raiders.
Yeah, even with the timeouts, I don't think it matters. I think they still, with the play clock, they'll still have the opportunity to just kneel the ball with the play clock.
And that ball's actually going to get spotted up at the 48-yard line, and Dallas Jet takes a knee. And I don't think Boardman's going to use the timeout, even if they do have one. They're going to let this one run down. .40 seconds and ticking. They're still.
I want to take an opportunity as they go into this victory formation to thank all the fans out there for supporting WSCN and the students and the faculty that put this together. I think we were up to near 600 people watching tonight, knowing that we had some competition, and we want to thank WKBN also for making this the game of the week. We know you had options out there, and we do want to thank you for joining in and supporting these kids that put this together, as well as the faculty that put together this excellent production.
And the clock ticks down. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. And there's your final score. Homecoming at Malakoff. It'll be a happy homecoming for the Raiders as they defeat the Boardman Spartans 21-10. Harding goes to 3-4 on the season. Boardman falls to 4-3. Harding's on the road for the next 2 weeks. We'll be back here for the regular season finale against the Fitch Falcons on October 22nd.
Yeah, I look forward to that game. I believe they've got Cheney and Mooney got to go in there and take care of business. It may come down to this game against Austintown to see if we can get into the playoffs, but this is where it started tonight, one game at a time. Talked about the offensive firepower, talked about the passing yards and the receiving yards. This game, they were able to put together a complete game, not just the offensive passing, but a little bit of the run mixed in there to even it out. But the defense tonight is what came through for them, holding this Boardman team to 3 points for almost the whole game. Gave up a late touchdown when honestly the game was pretty much out of reach there, but hats go off to the coaching staff and the players for stepping up, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. Exactly what they need going down this final stretch. This team gets into the playoffs and they continue on the run in which we saw tonight. They are going to be dangerous.
So happy October, Raider Nation. We opened up the month with a much needed win over the Boardman Spartans. So for Eddie Colbert, this is Tom Bird. I'd like to thank Fred Whitaker and Frank Bozak and the staff here, and again, all the kids that put this together. Enjoy your weekend, Raider Nation. Again, happy homecoming.
Good night, everybody.